What's up, desktoppers? Merry Christmas from myself, Xavier Wills, and I'm joined by Dylan from Project Bodybuilding today. The first time on the channel, I said we're wearing communist colors to start. Say words like that I shouldn't say words like that to start the podcast, but we'll probably be demonetized. Actually, I don't think they've even monetized this one as well. But anyone who's watching in the comments, it's Christmas Day, I think, still in all of America. Is that right, Dylan?
Yeah, it's 8 p.m. over here on the East Coast. 8:20.
Oh, wow. I don't know why I thought it was way later than that, but that's good for our American viewers. But we're going to be talking a bit of bodybuilding today. We're going to get into Christmas food tier lists. Let us know what you ate for Christmas lunch. We'll dissect it and probably criticize it and say it's not as good as ours. But I'm sure we'll debate, Dylan, on Aussie Christmases. I feel like that you look down upon.
Maybe a little.
But yeah. Anyway, what's been happening for you, Dylan? I know you've been putting out some content. I've been a little bit lower on the content of late, but we're going to be bringing it back.
Well, I know you have some extra things going on, but for me, myself, it is like the slow time. You know, it's like that period between the Olympia and the Arnold. Sometimes you have some shows in there. So not a whole lot to talk about, but this is a perfect time to talk about like what we talked about on my channel today. Well, a few days ago we filmed it. It's uploaded today. Some of those older events, you know, some older packages versus this physique, things like that. I like doing that this time of year. It's kind of the only time I do like to do that. And I think those videos are very entertaining. Very entertaining. I know you had a blast on my channel reviewing the 1997 Mr. Olympia.
I almost unloaded.
Right. Don't kid yourself. You did. Don't kid yourself.
No, I did. But like, man, you do an awesome job. Honestly, one of the most underrated channels. And there's also been like a few things. You know how like the YouTube algorithm works, where I'm like, well, you could shorten that bit. You could do like where you'd probably just get a little bit more retention. Where you'd like, you know, your channel sort of takes.
I try to reel it in so much, and I just can't. You know.
We're getting people asking who's that and who's this. So for people who are not, no offense, Dylan, but
none taken.
But Dylan is from Project Bodybuilding, excellent channel. And do you show your face?
Not in my regular videos, just on the podcast.
Yeah. I was gonna say because I don't really see a face on there, so I feel like for me it's easy because there's a box of me in the corner, and we're like, oh, it's that desktop guy with the logo, my neon sign,
right?
You know, because it's real.
It is real.
Yeah. And people can see that. And it's just, I've taken a photo of my background and that's what's above us here, you know? So everything's real. It's all legit. But yeah. So I feel like you just have that less of the recognition, like from the facial recognition, but you have probably, I think you're getting there with voice recognition as well, though. Like I think people will know who you are. Like,
yeah. From the instant turn on.
Yeah, when they know who you are.
Exactly.
Have you had anyone come up to you like in the gym or anything like that? Or
no, I'm nowhere near that famous yet. I know
you would be surprised.
Though. I know. Well, you know, I have had over 1 million views, so you know, you have to think it's going to happen at some point if I keep doing this. I don't know. Do you remember the first time someone came up to you in the gym?
It's weird for me because it's like I went to the Arnold Classic Australia. So in the expo, so I had a podcast where it was, you know, maybe getting 1,500 or 1,000 views or listens or whatever a week, but that was like the niche community that was listening because it was all Australian focused at the time.
Right.
So like I had maybe like 4 people get a photo with me or something, and it was like sort of weird. Like I was like, oh, like I felt super uncomfortable about it because I'm like, well, I'm not that well known or anything. And then, but I used to do videos and stuff as well. But then, when it was weird is when people actually came up in the gym. Like when I moved to New South Wales and I had maybe 3 people or something over the time being in that gym that came up to me and said like, oh, are you desktop bodybuilding? Or are you Xavier? And they're like, I thought that was you. And I'm like, yeah, I'm skinny as shit right now. like you don't recognize me or whatever, but it's very weird. And even like Brett Wilkins said, he said, like, I think you guys would be surprised, like off YouTube, like, you came to like the Olympia or the Arnold, how many people would actually recognize you? I'm like, I suppose that is the niche community, but in the wider world, it's like, it's even in a gym, not that many people, you know, because so many people are
right.
Would know Chris Bumstead, would know you think of all those sorts of people, it's like they would know them instantly. You know, it sounds like the police are coming to get you, Dylan.
They are. They are. They immediately they packed into my they tracked my IP address. They saw my search history and they're coming after me.
Yeah, they heard our discussion pre-pod.
Well, it's actually an ambulance. It's actually an ambulance.
Christmas dinner went too hard.
Yeah, I always think
ideal,
about that.
It's not great. Yeah.
Yeah. Like someone went to the hospital during Christmas.
Yeah, man, that's rough. Dude, I was actually driving. I was with my mum yesterday on Christmas. Well, today's not Christmas for me. It's what we call Boxing Day in Australia. But
right,
yesterday we were driving my brother because he's disabled. He's got severe autism, so he stays in a group home. So we were driving him back yesterday, and there was like 1 or 2 ambulances went the other way. I'm like, I wonder if it's more common on Christmas. Like, I'm like, what is the emergency scenario? I'm like, I'm guessing heart attacks, but which is horrible to guess.
I actually wouldn't think so. It's a certain word I definitely can't say on YouTube, but I know exactly why the uptick.
Violence?
Self-deletion, that is 100% why.
Oh, really? Oh,
no, the rates jump up a lot on Christmas. Yes.
Man,
yeah, womp womp.
We're going dark, but dude, it's one of the things though. Like that's why I wanted to do this, because I know there's a lot of people out there that don't have family, all that sort of stuff, and I don't want to get too deep. But one thing I did want to highlight as well, I've got a link in the description, and I will put a link actually while we're talking about it in the comments, and it's Miracle for Maddie, and Samson actually highlighted this, and she's got I'm trying to think of what the name of the disease is, because there's a famous guy in Australia where it's actually promoted heaps in Australia. It's not motor neuron disease, is it? No, but I will get the name of it. But it's a condition where she's struggling to walk at the moment. She actually trained in the same gym as Mr. Olympia Samson Dauda.
Mm-hmm.
So it was cool to see him obviously really touched by it, and he shared it out there, and she's going to the gym, and I think about it and I'm like, it makes me feel like such a pussy when I don't go to the gym. I'm like, can't be bothered or whatever, or I've got too much going on, and she's going there just to have the ability to be able to walk. So I wanted to highlight that because we do have a link in the description, so if people do want to donate, you can donate, and I'll make a small donation or what I can after the show as well, actually, after we do this. But yeah, I just want to say, and Merry Christmas to them. And the mum also, I was speaking with her a bit as well, and she was super kind, and she does this all for her daughter and looks after her and stuff as well. So I wanted to highlight that because there's people that are in shit positions at Christmas. So that's why I wanted to, even if we only get so many people watching it, hopefully everyone out there is having a decent Christmas fun. They're just man, the post-Christmas lunch or dinner, the bloat and the coma is real.
Yeah, I don't ever eat that much, like that I need to pass out. I just do that on a regular basis.
Oh, really? That's just
yeah, I'm a giant binge eater.
Your chest is looking bigger as well. Maybe it's because your arms are half disappearing while you're talking.
Yeah, well, I have my arms on the desk, so that way everything is just perfectly centered. My arms are on the desk, like I'm addressing the nation, because I am.
Exactly.
I'm quite literally addressing the world.
Yeah. Well, we're in I was going to say we're in at least 17 countries. No, we've only got 17 watching right now, which is a low number on a stream, but it will get better because stick with us. We're going to do, of course you can't see the screen unless I share it, but we're going to discuss we'll get into a few bodybuilding things first, because we'll what was I going to say? What do you call it when you play up to an audience? What do you call it?
Play up to an audience.
Or you cater to an audience. What do you call it?
Yeah, that's the phrase I would use. Cater to my audience.
Yeah, I was trying to figure a more fancy way of saying it, but never mind. All right. So let me find the page. Sorry, I haven't been on StreamYard for a little bit, so I'm rusty. But okay. I've been doing what you do. Not really through Zoom, but through OBS. I don't know if you guys have done that.
Not really. I'm not very technical. I'm a boomer in a lot of regards.
Zoom's sort of technical, isn't it? I've never actually streamed directly through Zoom.
You can. You just got to give it access to your YouTube channel.
Give it access to your life. All right, so I don't. You know when you share a page, I literally don't even know where that is. Okay, we're good. So I wanted to go to Carlos Thomas. I discussed this before.
Oh, oh no.
I know that.
So he's competing
I
in the
know
Arnold Classic, and you're foaming at the mouth
I am
over him.
because this is the lineup for the Arnold Classic 2025. So now Carlos is in that second back row with William Bonac, and I don't think it's really ranked exactly on where these guys are, because otherwise you'd probably put Lunsford in the middle and all that sort of stuff. But Carlos Thomas is one of those guys where if he nails it, now it's an if. I think he can shock the lineup. What say you, Dylan?
Okay, the problem is we've never seen that. He is untested. I want to use that term lightly. Not that he doesn't really compete. He's had some hiccups, but he got his pro card and then he's only done one pro show and he hasn't brought it. That level of conditioning that is needed. Like Bonac will be shredded. That's kind of his thing. Derek will be the same. I mean, like he may be somewhere around. Sean Clarita will be more conditioned. John DeLaRosa will probably if it goes how it's currently going. I don't know what nailing it is the problem. You know?
What, for him?
Correct.
Yeah. I'm trying to go onto his. Oh, wait, we're on his profile here anyway. Any
He has some
'cause
tools.
He's just got like, and this is another guy as well. Kennedy. I'm trying to remember his last name exactly, but he doesn't have it in his profile, so I always forget. But Kennedy is. We'll go and have a look at him later, even though he's not doing the Arnold. He's doing some shows after that, I believe. But Carlos, like, I think these two guys are two guys of the future for sure. But Carlos, for him, like, it's been like a health issue, you know? I think a lot of what's
Right.
affected him has been health. And I feel like when you've got an eye for bodybuilding, you can sort of see like when it is a health issue versus if it's like you can see the skin gets maybe a bit of water under it or it gets a bit of like that different sort of a look. So I think for him, if he can just sort that out and have his body healthy enough, and I think he's working with Patrick Tua, is he for this comp? Is that right?
Very good question. I don't know. Probably boss. You should have just guessed Boss of Outlaw.
Yeah, I know. That's the safe pick. Who's he working with? Probably Stefan. Let me go up because I'm sure he lists it somewhere here. But I believe he's working. Probably not on that post. I should know this. I feel like it. I'm pretty sure it's Patrick Tua, who's a guy that I don't think is super extreme with things as well.
Yeah, I think it's for those that don't know, Carlos has ulcerative colitis. Am I right? It
That's
is.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like an autoimmune disease. It is it's going to affect your bowels, so it's like if you push and stress the body too much, you could be in a lot of trouble. So, you know, if he sees any signs of trouble, it's not something you can necessarily push past because it's honestly probably going to get worse. Um so maybe that is why he's not been in the best condition yet. I just think a lot of that does have to do with he hasn't needed to be in the best condition, and he's still done very great because he has great tools that aren't necessarily conditioned that allows him to win shows. Like you can see in that photo right there, the X frame is crazy. Now he is a shorter guy, but the size, the muscularity per pound per square inch is insane. Absolutely
Yeah.
insane.
I just like he's one of these guys that just like it's like balloon muscle, you know what I mean? Like it is just so crazy ballooned out. And as far as I know, like Patrick Tua, like if that is his coach, yeah, coached by Patrick Tua, you can see there by courtesy of Buys and Tries. Like Patrick is known for bringing guys in condition. He's the coach of Keon Pearson. If Carlos was to get in Keon Pearson's condition that he brought to the Olympia, like, does that potentially challenge to win the Arnold, or is he just not enough yet from the back?
Not enough yet from the back. And yeah, I think that is kind of it, but it's just like, okay, if he's in Keon level conditioning, does Samson still beat him? Kind of like just automatically. When you include everything and stack all the chips together, I think so. I know more than I think so. Does Derek beat him when you stack everything together and add it all up? Probably. I I think at his best, a potential top 5. Is
So
that too
you don't think
harsh?
so you don't think he can be fourth? You don't think like you don't think there's wait, I want to go to this list again because when we go name for name, and I want to
Yes.
start a poll on this as well. I'm gonna poll the people, which sounds weird. Um, but is there another update there? No, it's just for Carlos Thomas McNair. Um, so let's go back to the competitor list for the Arnold Classic, which I'm sure is on buys and tries somewhere. He posts a lot, so it might just take a second.
He does.
List. Or I could just go to the Arnold Classic page, which is probably smarter at this point. Glutes. Yeah, I'm just going to go to the Arnold Sports page. Probably easier at this point. But I want you to tell me who he can't beat, or who you don't think he can beat.
Okay. Okay.
That's an asshole thing to do, isn't it? But
No, no, no. I'll take it, and I'll give you a completely objective answer.
okay.
I'm writing down the list here myself, so I don't forget it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Well, I can tell you who he doesn't beat. Okay. Last time he competed, he beat some C, D tier level bodybuilders. No disrespect, but he was only stopped by Hunter and Andrew at the 2023 Texas Pro, and they both brought some of the best packages ever. So the people that have beat him so far in the pro league are only 2. So that's pretty good. But I don't think even at his very best, he beats Samson or Derek. I I don't think he beats Andrew at his best, unless Andrew slips, which is certainly possible. In all honesty, I see him trading blows with William Bonac.
So you think it's going to be Bonac versus Carlos Thomas for what position?
And ooh,
like who is like you got the top 3. I think everyone's putting Samson, Derek Lunsford,
Andrew,
and Andrew Jack in the top 3, but that's like the one who I think is most vulnerable there is Andrew Jacked, because his latest videos training now, I know he's going to blow up. I know he's going to look huge and we're going to be like, oh, wow. But it's just what level is Andrew Jacked at? Is he at a level where he's going to come in like bigger than the Olympia, the same size, with better condition? Is he able to do that in that short of time? Like, I don't know. But Samson's looking considerably bigger. You know what I mean? Like Samson is huge right now. At his point of prep and still in pretty good shape. So I'm just seeing what Samson's bringing, and that might be hard for Andrew. And could Andrew maybe miss it in terms of, I don't know, conditioning or size or whatever, and leave it open for someone like Akeem or a crazy Carlos or someone like that? So I think Carlos's ceiling for this show is probably 3rd.
Ooh.
But that is best case, I would say.
Okay.
I know you're saying top 5, but
I think that is his best case scenario.
So you think 3rd?
No. I think that's a little tough. Like, is he gonna pass Brandon? I think that's possible. I don't think Brandon's getting better. Is he gonna pass Bonac? That's a massive if. Does he pass Akeem? No, because Akeem is just a better Carlos. You know, what does Carlos have?
I know obviously the back is a slightly weaker point for both, but I feel like Carlos in this amount of time, I know that dude is focusing on his back, and I think it improved for Texas. Now I think his insertions are a little bit higher than some as well, but not. You know what I mean? You compare that to Akeem. Akeem's are even higher again. So
yeah, Akeem will have a worse back.
he has dense, gnarly muscle, and when Akeem pulls back, he's got that there, which Carlos doesn't have. But Carlos just has the pretty. You know what I mean? He has more of the earlier Akeem look from the back than what Akeem has now, and I think that Carlos just has such rounded muscle. Like it's so pretty. If he can just bring it in conditioned enough.
And think of the side shots. Think of this. Okay, side chest to side chest. Carlos he's young, he's fresh. Akeem is just, if he's on, and he has been, he's consistently been getting better throughout the season. He's gonna get him from the side and from the front. Akeem's front double. I would personally go with over Carlos, even with that crazy X frame. And then the
when
front
you break
lat
it
spread.
down, the conditioning, that you just feel like he's going to bring that different level of conditioning. Hey, like that side leg, I just can't imagine Carlos as being that conditioned. Like, no, not.
It's not going to happen yet. Akeem trains heavy, and he's been doing that for multiple decades at this point. So, honestly, I know we did a predictions video, very like knee jerk reaction predictions. Did I have him below Sean Clarita?
Akeem?
No. Carlos.
Yeah, you. Oh,
I might have. So. I certainly might have.
And the thing is, I don't even know, because think about where Sean Clarita was at that last show. He beat good guys like Horse MD in the Open. He beat Presti. He beat, I can't even remember who else was there, but there's a bunch of names there. So Clarita is legit in the Open. He's beaten big guys before. So, and I'm sure at this show he will beat big guys again. But it's just which ones will he beat? Can he beat a John DeLaRosa? John was 4th last year in the Arnold, and I think we sort of forget that John DeLaRosa was 4th because he beat, he beat James. He beat
Akeem.
Akeem, yeah. And will Akeem come 10th at this show in prejudging and 3rd at finals and then just average out at a 6th, because that's what happened last year. And that happened at other shows as well for Akeem. So it's like Akeem's physique, or at least the way it's judged, if he misses by a bit, he misses by a lot. But if he hits, he can be right up there in like battling guys that we didn't think he'd be able to battle. So that's where this lineup as well can change so much, because it's like, Bonac and Curry, like where are they going to slide into this lineup? Because everyone is very, very close.
You have a very diverse lineup here. And I'm not just talking about the skin tones. I'm talking about the physiques. I'm talking about the level of physiques here. You have Sean Clarita, who will beat people 50 pounds bigger than him, and he will certainly do it. I think I probably would have had him in the top 5 if his niche wasn't being occupied by John DeLaRosa, by Curry, by Bonac. I think, and maybe even Carlos, because like these shorter guys, I think they can really switch around a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I think the way most people rank this show is like, Carlos is a massive unknown. He could get beaten by guys that he shouldn't get beaten by, and then he could beat guys that we maybe don't think he'll beat as well. So he could go from like last to 3rd, in my opinion. So take out Carlos.
I can tell you who's going to be last. Actually, I don't know. I don't know.
Rough, right? Don't go too far. Here we go. Sorry. Is Milos still mad with you at you?
Is he?
I don't know. We haven't chatted, I guess. But dude, that question, I get that so much. Like, just in comments, like, are you with Milos okay? Do you talk to Milos? I'm like, it's perplexing, the interest. Perplexing.
Hey, Milos is one of the most popular guys in our sport. You're one of the most popular channels.
Oh. But yes, thank you. Yes, so Carlos could be anywhere, but like I think outside of Carlos, and then you take all the other guys out, because you got all those guys are so accomplished. Now, not to say like Justin Rodriguez, who's placed I think 8th in the Olympia before, Patrick Moore, who's been top 10 in the Olympia. Obviously, they've done great things, but we haven't seen the level of the guys ahead of them on stage recently. And take out Carlos, because Carlos has only competed once as a pro. So I think most people are saying Patrick and Justin bottom 2 in a lot of predictions. So then you take those guys out, you take out Carlos, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys there. And Carlos can fit right in between a bunch of those guys as well. So you've really got 10 guys. Most people just say take out the top 3. I'd say there's 7 guys that are so close in terms of where they can finish. And it just makes it so exciting because even among the top 2 and 3, then that could finish any sort of direction as well. So it's like, I don't know if the Arnold people set it up this way to be like, yeah, let's get a bunch of guys that are really close and then just get they normally have a pretty diverse lineup in terms of where they pick people from what country, probably to pull in more fans, or at least a fan from this country, fan from that one. But yeah, the way this lineup's set up, I love it. And I hope no one pulls out. Like if a Derek pulls out, I'll be so disappointed.
I hate when they pull out.
Yeah, I know. Just finish.
Exactly. You've come this far, just finish. I'll tell you who my biggest wild card is. James Hollingshead. I'm very perplexed. I am so perplexed because it's like he's brought so many different packages of his own physique over the years, and it's like he had two good ones last year, and then almost didn't get to the Olympia the year before. So I don't know. I really like the guy. I like this kind of brand of Dorian Yates type of physique. It's not the strongest genetics, but makes up for it in work ethic. I really like that brand, and the British beef, as you would probably say. But I don't know. I think it's going to be tough. I don't know if I think James is unfortunately a victim to some degree of the Nick Strength and Power hype graveyard.
As in, he's going to be top 3 in the Olympia. He misses the mark a bit, and then it's like,
and then now everyone's expecting him to meet the expectations that were set for him, when really, not that he can't do that, but we're putting the cart before the horse. He didn't even get there yet. Like Nick was talking, I think he said he was going to be top 6. He's a dark horse to be top 6. I remember that thumbnail, and he placed 12th, which is fine. That's very good. But right. But then when you have the most popular channel in the world, in bodybuilding world, saying that you're going to be top 6 probably, it's hard to recover from that. To no fault of James's, by the way. It's just very hard to recover from that. So
yeah, and I think the thing is, like, in bodybuilding now, with fans especially, like, if you don't meet expectation in a show, you're done. I don't know why you're done, but you're done. And that's at least the narrative for a short time. And look, I think most people that know the sport know otherwise, but it is hard. Obviously, like, as a bodybuilder, you're a brand. And I feel like there's a certain responsibility, whether like you want it or not, especially on like a guy like Nick Strength and Power, who's bigger than all of our channels in terms of bodybuilding news. When he says something, it's like that can sway a whole bunch of people. And then if another channel, if 1 or 2 other channels say it, then it's like, oh, that's a thing. You know what I mean? Right. And it's quite interesting. Like there's things that like, stories that come out, and even it can be from a smaller channel or a bigger channel or whatever. And it's just that narrative just like flows. And then someone mentions it in bodybuilding high up, and then it becomes like a thing like that came out. And dude, I see it in so many industries now. Like in Formula One, I've seen someone used one of the cameras, right? On like one of the onboard cameras, and that like shoots back, and it showed like the back wing of this Formula One car. One fan pointed out that like, hey, it's flexing like a fair bit. And it got investigated, and this like McLaren had to change their rear wing and their rear wings for all these other races based off some fan just like posting it on Twitter.
That's crazy.
That's pretty regular. Like in Formula One, which is such a big industry, it's like I feel like I could get into that and just write some narratives and be like, yeah, rumor, this guy's gone with this team, and it's like things just get like legs. So even in bodybuilding, there's stuff that like stories I've done, then typically the videos to get more views, where it's like that will create almost like a little bit of a narrative, and I'm like, oh, like, and then this other channel say, hey, did you see that video about this? And then they'll start talking about it, like Fuad's channel, obviously. Like Fuad's is probably the most impactful, I'd say, like his podcast. Would you say, like, in terms of
with how big it is now, probably.
Yeah, probably. And because it's long form too,
Yeah, I mean, Nick still gets the casual fans though, which are always the loudest.
True. True. Yeah, I get that.
But with James, he peaked. Okay, and I hate to say it, he did do really bring some good packages in 2022, but I still think the peak was back in 2020 with the Europa and British Grand Prix. And we're now going on 5 years removed from that. So is he getting better in some ways? But like there's 2022, yeah. Like in a lot of ways, he's gotten worse than this. You know, and it's not like he's like dropped the ball. He's just like he's one of those physiques that has to really thread the needle with the peak because he's talked about this
Yeah.
before. His metabolism just goes. He can look flat in an instant. So and he doesn't trust a whole lot of people to coach him. I don't know. Is he working with Boss of Outlaw now, or did I pull that out of my ass?
Yes, yeah. Well, he's guiding him. So I think the good thing for James, because I actually just did a podcast with James and Lee Priest, which I don't know if it's out now for IFBB AMA. Shout out as well. So that will be out. If it's not out yet, it'll be out soon. And there should be clips on the IFBB AMA channel. I've been told that I say IFBB so quick. Generally, it sounds like IFB.
Yeah, you do.
Aussies, yeah, I know, yeah. Or yeah, IFB, but it's IFBB. But I think that's just Aussies anyway. But yeah, they'll be out soon, and we spoke a fair bit on that about James and what he's doing and all that sort of stuff. But I think James, yeah, he's working with Stefan, but it's not like he needs tons of attention. Like I know Fuad said on a recent podcast that no one's told him the truth about that. Everyone wants to be babysat and things like that. And I think James will want more attention at the end of his prep, probably. Like he didn't say that directly to us, but he said it's more of a guidance thing, like he checks in with him and all that. So I think James is very comfortable now. And I think once you have a coach or your physique gets away from you and it's like, you don't want to lose that control. You'd almost prefer to be responsible for your own effort, And I think James wants at least a little bit of that. And I think that now he's had enough time, I think, to think about things, to have his head screwed on enough to be like, okay, I've gone too flat before. I've probably not been in quite good enough condition before. Okay, I need to like balance it somewhere between those two. And I think he sort of knows that. So yeah, I think he's in a good position. But I do agree that British look and the Europa look, he was peaked perfectly.
Right.
I think Stefan is pretty good at peaking people. And James is not just doing one show this year. He's not just doing a one and done. Like, I don't think he's going to do the Arnold, be like, I missed it, F this season or whatever. I think he's just going to go and do the next show.
He's saying he wants to do 3 at the moment. So yeah, he has plenty of chances. This is going to sound really rude, but it's not. I think it kind of plays into the hype thing as well with, getting hyped up by channels and then failing to meet expectations. I think when guys bring a good version or two, and it so far exceeds their regular versions, it is kind of like when you catch lightning in a bottle like that, we were almost never supposed to see that physique. You know what I mean? Like a great example, I have this conversation with Mark's Max Muscle all the time. 2022, Justin Rodriguez, lightning in a bottle. He has quite literally never looked half as good ever again. And I don't think we can talk about how he overdoes this, overcompetes, does that, whatever. I think some of that does have to do with if you catch lightning in a bottle and the stars align for a package, what are the odds you can line those up again and look like your all-time best showing? You know what I'm saying?
Can I tell you 2 that are like super far apart for one bodybuilder? Can you think of them?
Patrick Moore, 2019, and then this year.
Well, maybe this year, yeah, maybe. But Jay Cutler, 2001, and then 2009. It's like that's 8 years apart. That's so crazy. Not that he didn't have good physiques between then, but those 2,
they were so different from what he brought.
Yeah, they were just so peaked perfectly. And it's just so. it's so unusual to have your two best physiques 8 years apart. I think
That's
just never
why.
seen that.
That's partly why the mystique around '09 exists. It wasn't just a comeback, but it was like it was a comeback from a physique that left us 8 years prior. So,
Yeah,
and like, yeah, that is quite literally one of the only examples I can think of where some guy gets better that far apart. It just doesn't happen.
yeah,
And I'm sure there's like some bro science that we just haven't put into medical terms yet, but I'm sure there's a reason for it. It's very hard to keep peaking the body perfectly 100%.
yeah, for sure. I'm just putting up a poll on where people think James Hollingshead will place. I'm trying to put in a few different. It's so annoying on YouTube that you can't have more than 4 options. But were you just blowing a trumpet?
I said in my mug.
So I think there's 13 guys in the lineup. So I've got some
12.
quite high 12. There you go. So I've got some quite high ranges. So top 3, 4th to 5th, 6th to 7th, and then 8th or lower. So
Probably 6th to 7th.
I think that's where a lot of people will go. I like 4th to 5th. I think I'm going to predict him in my top 5. Call me crazy. Don't call me
Feeling good about Bonac. I'm feeling good about Marks Max Muscle's father, William Bonac. I really am.
You were anti-Bonac for the Olympia, though. How things
Bonac is
change.
one of my favorite bodybuilders. 2017
I won't say
Olympia
you're
Bonac.
anti-Bonac, but
2017, the fullness, the completeness, absolutely insane physique.
if you saw him in person, I think you would like him even more because I saw him in person versus Sean Roden, and it was like
Ooh,
I was watching it, and it was, dude. I feel like it was. I wish I filmed because I was with RX Muscle then, so Dave Palumbo was there. I think maybe I don't know if Aaron Singman was there as well or what, but we got some seats because we actually was sat for some reason not at the front of this contest. And then Dave was upset and he's like, "Oh, this is bullshit," and he just like goes down there, and we ended up getting seats up near the front. And I just remember, I think it was like Aceto was to like my right. I don't know if he's behind me. Yeah, I think Aceto was behind me. Then Neil was a few rows in front of me, and they're both to my right, and they're just like yelling for, Aceto's yelling for Roden. It's like, sit on the abs, Sean. And then like Neil's like, it's like, come on, William. And then it's like, it was just so like, it was just so funny to hear those two yelling. And I'm like, I wish I just filmed them. Like, I feel like that'd be an epic video now, like filming them and then like looking at the stage, then going back to them. And I'm like, at the time, we were just filming like the video of like, for some clips for the stage. But thinking on it now, I'm like, that would be so much more epic to have that video of like, that's where William's first show where he broke out. It was, I'll find the photos, man, because it was.
What show was that?
The Australian Pro
2014?
Oh, it wasn't
2016.
I don't even know.
I remember I was gonna look at that show, Australia Pro. It was one of them.
I think that he did it. Yeah, I think it was 2014. Yeah, here it is. Evanson.
I'm always right.
Branch. Oh, I can't even remember Branch that year for some reason. Oh, I don't even have it open on my right tab. Hold up. I'll yeah, I don't have it open, do I? I'll copy and paste that to my browser. Wait, am I on the right page or what?
You are not on the screen you were sharing.
What am I? Am I sharing a screen right now?
You're sharing an Instagram picture.
Yeah. Is that what it was before?
It's what it currently is.
Is that what it was before or no? Is it
yes?
Or is it jumping around? Okay, cool. I was making sure I wasn't sharing anything that I'm not meant to share or something. Not that I know if I have any of those pages open, but people are going to assume bad stuff now. Okay, so there's Roden there. You can see Roden?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's first, third, fourth.
Oh yeah, fresh Bonac. It's
some...
such an appealing look.
And see who this photo's by. So I was getting my ex to take photos for this contest, and it's got her name in the corner of every freaking photo.
Holly Hurd is your ex?
Oh, let's not talk about her, man.
I don't know who that is. But now I'm gonna look her up after this.
Oh man. Anyway, um, half the photos are out of focus too. So,
Damn, what are you trying to
say? Not just not gonna work a little bit.
say?
I'm trying to find where I'm actually got the page open where I'm talking to you because I clicked on another tab in there. Let me find you. There you are. Okay, so that's what you're seeing now. So you don't have that full photo open. So
Right.
let me figure that out because you got to reshare it, don't you? When you got the gallery open.
Yeah, you have to like open a new tab or else it'll open up an entirely different thing.
Yeah, it's so annoying. Okay, let me reshare this bad boy. My God, where is it? Gallery. Oh, that's not even it.
You know, this is actually one of the many times William Bonac and Brandon Curry will be going together.
Do you think it's the last?
Yes. I think one of them will retire or just not do the Arnold again and then retire. Back in 2019, Brandon got the dub. They placed 1 and 2. 2022, Brandon got the dub very controversially. I disagree with that decision heavily. And then they went 1 and 2 at the 2019 Olympia, and then now they're back at the Arnold yet again.
It's cool, hey. But look at Bonac here. Like he was now the photo is a bit blurry, as I mentioned.
Man, this would beat Derek Lunsford.
You think that'd beat Derek?
No, maybe not this one. I think 2017 would.
Yeah, but I just love this look, man. Like such a
it's a Phil Heath type of look. The skin is so thin, yet the muscles are still full. One of the very few that has those type of genetics.
He just came out of nowhere too. Like you can't see the hamstring properly there, but it was there. Like he needed a little bit more of that stage, but this upper body was like
one of the most similar looking side chests to Ronnie Coleman.
You know what? Like he does have. See, look how
it's the resemblance. I'm not saying that William is beating. Not even he's in the conversation for top 10 side chests of all time, but obviously Ronnie would probably win there. But the way they hit the pose, the way their pecs insert, very similar looking poses.
Yeah, for sure. So, see if anyone's voting on this poll. So, if you are watching, we've only got 6 votes. Vote
I
on
voted.
The poll if you're watching. You voted? What did you vote? 6 to 7?
I did.
Of course you did. That's got 50% of the votes. 33%. I'm in the 4th to 5th, so
that's crazy.
33%.
That's crazy.
17% have said top 3.
Hey, who did you have win? Who did you have winning the Olympia?
Samson.
Before that.
What do you mean before that?
Was it not Andrew?
Oh no, did predictions? No, but I thought you meant like watching it. Yeah, I'd Samson in second. Yeah. if there's a guy that I'm friends with, and I do a prediction and I predict them high, they will always place 1 spot higher. Like Martin is notorious for doing that to me. And then as soon as I predict him to get like really high and above expectations, then they're like 2 spots below. It's like a curse thing. If I predict them to win, they're going to be 3rd or 2nd.
I think, and maybe you want to pull up 2017 Bonac. I think it would be Derek. I don't know. Derek got really big in 2024.
He was upper body wise, yeah. It's actually funny. I heard Derek speaking about this on look how clean that is. I heard Derek speaking about this on Olympia TV. He's talking about the Olympia and sort of what happened and what they did, and it's just seemed like he said it 4 weeks out we were good, and then it just sounds like they pushed it too far. He said they did some stuff they hadn't normally done, and it sounds like they just look at that. On the side, like he's not posing great, but
I don't know why Derek. I've seen him. He said it on his own channel. He's going around kind of saying he's not happy with his Olympia package. It is far and away so much better than 2023.
Nope, don't agree.
Yeah, pull up the pictures. Get the pictures. In what ways is he better in 2023?
Let me tell you. So I'll find a picture. So let's
I'll find my Photoshop picture that I have.
No, I don't have.
I would say I think the overall flow is slightly better in 2023, but back was better, legs were better, more cut, everything was more cut. He maybe wasn't as dry, but it's like everyone wanted him to be bigger. So how about we reward the trade-off that you guys asked for? And overall, I think it was a much better package.
I understand what you're saying. If you can, the only thing that I think is just too much, well, not too much. It's just that the discrepancy in the proportions is, I think that, because everyone said when he walked out in like 2022, 2023, it's like he goes into that front relaxed and the front double, and it's like, and everyone's like shocked at it. And then this year, everyone said it just wasn't as shocking. And I think because his legs were down a bit and his waist was out that little bit more.
Look up his legs in 2023. Look at the Olympia photos of 2023. No cuts. No cuts.
It's for lighting, though. I'm sure it's for lighting.
The lighting was better this year. Busier background, but the lighting was better this year. But and they did get bigger. I think his upper body grew faster than his lower body, but he was still top heavy last year.
Let me open up some photos.
And I'm going to bat for Derek. You know, he is my most he's one of my most hated physiques. But I will absolutely give credit where it's due.
Yeah, you love him last year, so
no.
Why do you not like his physique anyway? Is it what is it?
It's fine. It's not Olympia winning worthy, in my opinion.
Did you have Hardy winning in 2020?
Yes, pretty clearly.
Pretty clearly. You were there?
Yes, I was. I was the judge. I was head judge.
I am judge. I am the captain now. Why am I having? Oh, here we go. IFB Mr. Olympia. You can't see any of my screen, can you?
Not now, no.
See, I have the first photo that comes up. I think you'll see what I mean.
Well, if you take a look at Exhibit A, please. Yeah, pull out the pictures.
I'm just pulling up this one for 1 second because I feel like I need to prove a point.
Yep, the point will not be proven.
Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. I've got too many pages open now. Do you know what my problem is? Don't say anything. Like, oh, heaps of issues. It's so annoying on StreamYard. You've got to like make sure you got to open in a different tab.
I'll even try to. I don't think I have any pictures I've made personally of the two versions side by side. Yeah, let's see this. Let's. Oh, you're telling me that was that was worse than 2023?
Yeah, I think so. Now, he has a lot of depth because there's more muscle, right? So I think in the upper body that he's carved up, I'd say pretty heavily, and I feel like they've tried to get it back. You know what I mean? So I think when he opened up in the lineup, overall, you're like, wow, on the front double bicep in 2023. But in 2024, I feel like you look at Hardy there, and I'm like, I don't know, like, I think Hardy's winning that because look at his legs, Hardy's there versus Derek's. And I feel like they're like Derek's left leg more than anything is, I'd say, that's where he lost most of it. And the fullness in this like medialis, and I just feel like you look at Hardy's like, oh, his legs are sort of eating Derek's a bit, which I thought brought it closer.
I think maybe the shape is, I don't even, now that I'm looking at it right now, I'm putting these two photos together. I'm looking at it right now. I don't even think the shape is necessarily worse in 2024, which would be the only argument in my opinion. But even then, like, it's getting the utility parts of the pose are better now. Like, okay, yeah, maybe we lost a slight bit of shape, but we're bigger and more conditioned. So I think that is more than a worthy trade-off.
I say we go to the polls.
Yeah, let's Pokemon go to the polls.
What?
You don't remember? Oh, I forgot. Some of us aren't American on this stream. Hillary Clinton back in 2016 said, when Pokemon Go was big, she said, let's Pokemon go to the polls.
Oh, wow. That's super.
Yeah, that got me to vote
Lame.
for.
Oh, really? You like got to catch them all.
Exactly. That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, makes sense. What am I polling people about now? You threw me with the Pokemon stuff.
Derek,
Oh,
2023 versus 2024.
what
Hold on,
is
I have to
the
submit my evidence.
best version of? Okay, I'll let you submit your evidence, but so don't vote on it yet.
You're gonna
And
okay. And I made Derek a bit bigger. This is just me sizing with my fingers on my editing app.
sizing with your fingers.
Right. sizing with my fingers. You'll look at that, and like the things that Derek was criticized for, the legs got bigger and more cut. The what was this? The chest hardness was improved. And obviously he still has issues in these areas, like the legs still need to come up, the chest harness still could be better, but those are improvements in his two weakest areas.
Did you send me a DM?
Yes, it's in your DMs.
You slid into my DMs. Okay, hold up. Where do I have an Instagram open? Okay. Thank God for my phone's internet, because Wi-Fi in Tasmania is horrendous. Let me open this up. Do I have to download this thing?
No, you don't have to download that thing. You're gonna look at that and you're gonna be like, I can't. I get the lighting. I get the lighting for sure. I absolutely get it. But like,
Wait, hold on. I haven't got open.
there's no way that justifies it all. It just can't. That just wouldn't make any sense.
I'm going to debate you on this.
Okay.
Let me unshare that one. I'm going to reshare. Which one is it?
I'll have a slightly clearer photo.
Instagram. I don't know.
Oh, you're gonna like this one.
Here it is. So 2023 is on the left, and then 2024 is on the right.
Yeah.
You cannot tell me his left leg looks way skinnier on the right hand side.
Compared to what?
Compared to his leg on the left hand side.
I did size them bigger, the 2023 bigger, but
you did. I agree. But you just look at his leg independently. Like maybe it's because of the background difference. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? It does hurt him a bit more in 2024 because you can see more of it. You know, it's darker in the other one. I feel like you can't even, maybe because of the darkness, you can't even see his full adductor there maybe in 2023. But I know what you mean. With the darker background, I think it helps his legs a bit.
But like the quality on his legs, massive jump up.
I disagree.
What?
Because I'd say you put that 2023 physique under that 2024 lighting, I think you would say, I don't know, it isn't that much difference. I just think there are mostly it was other guys were better. I think
here's a better one. This will show a clearer one. You'll like that. And I think it shows the size difference off a little bit better.
Okay, hold on. Oh, did you just resize this again right now?
No, it's an entirely different picture.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's much better. Wait, hold on. Let me. Oh no, I'm opening up. Not Google Chrome. Do you use Google Chrome or Firefox? What do you use?
Chrome, baby.
I was gonna say, if you say Safari,
I use DuckDuckGo.
Is that actually one?
Yeah, it's what the QAnon people over here use.
Oh, okay. Oh no, not that one.
Ooh, damning evidence.
No, but look, is it just me or is there more pop from the, like, even though the waist doesn't look much different in size? Yeah, it's tough. Like, I don't know, like,
And this is just the first shot. I will agree that the waist, the overall proportions are maybe slightly worse in 2024, but everything got bigger, but bigger on the wrong tracks. Like the lower body should be increasing more than the upper body, right? Especially in Derek's case. But when you go side chest, rear double, even far and away, 2024 is better.
okay, I get what you're saying.
Concede.
I'm not conceding. No, no way. No, I still say 2023, but I just think that the different lighting, like that's a blurry as anything photo on the left, man. You can't tell me that's not a blurry photo. Look at his face.
All the Olympia photos are bad. If you're not taking, I take screenshots from Gilco photos a lot of the time. Gilco Productions videos a lot of the time because they're so much better.
Crispness.
Right. But okay, he was a very good anecdote here. I do not like Derek, but I can be objective about him. So when he came out at the 2024 Olympia, I saw the improvements. I said he's going to win again. I thought Samson didn't have it. I thought, even though I agree more, and I've made the Samson case from 2023, but I thought with the improvements, I literally said on my stream, I think Derek's going to win because he did last year.
Yeah, yeah. The thing was, oops. Am I sharing my screen now? No. I want to pull up Samson. But yeah, I think a lot of it was that, like, honestly, I can make the case for Derek being second, but it's so hard when you're not there as well. Like, I think that when you see some video of Hardy from from directly front on, super impressive. You turn it a little bit to the side, and then I'm like Samson easy. But just because you see that 3D thickness, that I just don't think Hardy had as much this year than he has in like previous years.
Right.
What say you?
It was still very good.
Of course,
he was flatter in 2021, probably 2022. I just think the Arnold set a very high bar for him, and he did very well reaching it, but didn't quite get there. But what I was saying about Samson for the longest time after the 2023 Olympia, I disagreed so much. I made the case for everyone but Derek. I said, if you're going to pick someone that's like well balanced but isn't the most well rounded, why are we not just picking Samson? He has the shape like Derek. He is pretty complete like Derek. He just isn't bringing the condition like Hottie. So all in all, why don't you just, if we're going with this mantra of shape first, why not just go with someone like Samson, who has arguably even better shape, or at least pretty similar, but is even more big. He's just more big, he's just bigger. And honestly, just more appealing, like I think the height has a lot to do with it, but I made that case as soon as Derek won. Even though I said Hottie should have won, I said if we're going to do the Derek thing and just pick guys with shape, it should just be Samson.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's funny because like when he won the Arnold Classic, Samson, you could make a case for Nick Walker in that one, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And I love Samson. And do you believe Nick should have won that, or do you believe Samson should have? Like, in your opinion?
I think Nick should have won.
Yeah, and I can understand that argument for sure. And I get it. If Nick had won, I'd be like, yeah, it was close. If they were going to go for shape, but people make it such a definite thing. Like, okay, well, they're not going for shape now, and it's like not necessarily. It's one show. Like, chill out,
right?
For starters. But the other thing is like, yeah, it probably was close between the judges, and even if it was like I can't even remember if it was a straight first with the judges, but the judges could be like, oh, I'm like 51-49, and bodybuilding judging isn't like, you give someone 10 points and you give someone 8.
Yeah, it's not like my judging system.
It's win or loss. Simple. That's it. And it's just all the poses combined, and the judges decide, is it a win or a loss to this person? They just rank them, and 1 point is who you think is going to be first, and you want the lowest amount of points possible. So if a judge has someone just winning, and every judge, minus the highs and lows that get thrown out as well, has Samson just winning, he'll win, but if he misses it by a couple of percent, then all those judges might change their mind, or half of them might, and then it's like, a close contest. So it's like all these like judging decisions, like they could just go the other way. So Nick Walker, I think, was close that year, but I'm wondering going forward with obviously aesthetics being, I suppose, popular in bodybuilding. And I think we've got obviously Tyler Mannion now, who's sort of, while he's the vice president, really he's more, I'd say, the face and running things right now, at least.
Definitely more hands-on at this point in time.
Yeah, to the public. And he's out there to the social media side of things and all that sort of stuff. And he hears stuff, man. Like, I think they're listening. Like, I think through Tyler, they are listening, especially to podcasts, to bodybuilding fans online, and they're getting a real idea of what I suppose is wanted in bodybuilding as well. And aesthetics is one of those things that I'd say more people want that than want just all out mass at any cost.
Right. Absolutely. I think you got to look at the trends. This has been the trying to be the status quo, and they've tried to be getting a handle on this since 2018. Because we always say it is a business at the end of the day. And who's to say that we shouldn't be judging aesthetics first? Why does it have to be mass and conditioning being the end all be all? Why can't we make a conscious decision to go in a more aesthetic direction? I don't think, as long as it's transparent, I have really no problem with that. But 2018, Phil beat Sean clearly on poses, on muscularity. And even though everyone was like, Sean was in great condition, Phil still had him beat. But he had a flaw too big, and pun not intended, and Sean was at the right place at the right time. And then Brandon Curry was also the very aesthetic champion. Big Ramy was a little bit of a hiccup in there, but there wasn't anybody else close at the time.
But Big Ramy had a small waist as well. Like, and I'd say Ramy was more aesthetic early in his career. I'd actually say he was aesthetic. I'd say, aesthetic bodybuilders, but he just had tons of mass.
It's the proportions. It's the X frame.
Yeah, and the roundness of a muscle as well.
Right.
The thing about Ramy is he had those round quads with no bumps or anything like that. He had, obviously like full round triceps, and just the little things like the muscle around the elbows. When there's a big gap there, it throws off a little bit of the aesthetics, and you get enough of those things that pile up, and you go from a guy being aesthetic to being not so aesthetic. And when you see a guy like Hardy, I'd say is pretty aesthetic in some poses. Like, I'd say he's not a non-aesthetic.
He is now for sure.
Yeah, and I think eventually we're going to see some retraction from the elbow. Like, he sort of almost has that point.
It's already happening. Yeah.
And eventually that will start to go. But a guy like Samson, unless his waist really goes, which I think has actually come in. I think it was actually smaller at the last Mr. Olympia than it was at the one prior. So unless he lets that go, I think aesthetically, the rest of his physique, like the insertions, the level of roundness, I can't see Samson having like pointy ass elbows and stuff like that anytime soon. So yeah, just basic things for someone like Samson. Just don't overshoot any body part, and just make sure waist stays tight for him. And then as long as he brings good enough conditioning, he's going to be right up there, either winning or in that top two of the Olympia. Because I can't just see a physique like that just falling out of it unless he really misses it.
I'm kind of getting the notion. I don't know if this will be my final prediction, but I low key think Derek might beat him at the Arnold, and then Samson wins the Olympia.
Do you know what's crazy about that?
You're thinking the same thing.
I don't think that will happen, but it very well could. And I think there's a high percentage chance than people think, because everyone's going, oh, Samson's going to win. And that's the narrative as well. And that's a dangerous narrative for Samson in terms of, Samson doesn't care. Samson, I think, is pretty chill about it in his mind, no matter what. He's sort of, going to go for it. But the thing about it is, Derek is driven right now. Like, he is, and the thing, he didn't expect things to end with Hani, from what I understand. It was a surprise to him. From what I can gather from...
That's what I gathered.
This is a prediction from me. What I'm gathering is that he's working with Chris Aceto. I don't know that for a fact.
No, he confirmed his coach, did he not?
I don't believe so. Did he?
I thought it was on his latest video Did you
No,
see that?
his very latest video. There's one a few days ago that I watched.
Coming to win?
Was that the one where he spoke about his grandmother and stuff?
Yes.
I don't believe he confirmed his coach. No.
Interesting.
I don't think he did. Because I've predicted this from days and days ago, before that video, because of what was said publicly. Now, I know he's doing some training with Chris Cormier. So he may have like a Chris combination and not like a Chris Psycho Lewis and Chris Aceto. It might be a Chris Cormier and Chris Aceto combination. Man, one sec. But yeah, so that's what I have a feeling is happening based on watching Heavy Muscle Radio and Dave Palumbo. And I don't, the thing is, I could ask and probably get the answer. But if I ask and get the answer, then I can't speculate as well. I say, oh, but you can't say anything. You know what I mean? So I'm purposely sitting back and going, okay, I'm trying to read the tea leaves. And what I predict is, and I'm going to make a video on this as well, and you can if you want to too, but my prediction is that Chris Aceto is working with Derek.
A reverse Jay Cutler situation.
Which would be interesting, because if he's working with Derek and Andrew, it could become another Harney situation. Now, that's only a prediction for me. I have no confirmation. We've got Natalia Coelho, women's physique Olympia champion. What's up, Natalia? Merry Christmas. Natalia's awesome. She's a legend of this industry.
I agree. I spotted her in one of my comment sections one time. It was like a shooting star. I was like, wow, I really, because I see her comment on everything, because she's on it. And then I saw her on one of my live streams. Made my day. It's like a rite of passage,
Yeah, you have that. You've got to that level now.
Right.
Yeah, Natalia's awesome. So yeah, shout out to Natalia. We'll have to get you on, Natalia, for sure, one time. Or if you want to come on this one, Natalia, let me know and I'll send you a link. I won't put you on with like someone crazy or anything. Except
right.
Anyway, who are we talking? We're talking about Samson, obviously, but
mid.
Yeah, just the best in the world. Let me pull up
strongest Mr. Olympia since Phil Heath. Do you agree?
I'm thinking. I'd say so, man. Like, that's the thing. Like, you rank his physique all time. Now, you pull out packages from like, who do you think, Kai Green or
Kai Green is a top 5 bodybuilder. It's the 4. It's the Mount Rushmore: Dorian, Phil, Ronnie, Jay. Kai Green is top 5. And after that, I'm surprised he doesn't get the props now. I don't know why that is.
Now, I think. What do you think Kai Green's best was?
2012. Oh, 2012. Yeah, Olympia.
Yeah. Wait, here we go. Iron Brother says he's doing work with Cormier, confirmed new coach, but didn't release the name.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought. Yeah. I believe it's Aceto. I'm guessing, but
I believe.
Well, that's what I'm guessing.
Can you reveal it to us?
I don't have official information. I've literally avoided it because I feel like I've read the tea leaves enough, and I'm going to make a video. Let me know if you think this is a good idea. Make a video outlining all my little bits of circumstantial evidence. Aceto may be working with.
Imagine it's just Boss of Outlaw.
Oh, if it's Boss of Outlaw, I'm going to throw my computer through the other window. But yeah, shout out Kevin Clements as well. Merry Christmas to you, and thank you. Oh wait, here we go. Wait, I love this. Natalia is awesome. Merry Christmas, Xavier and guest.
That was a good one.
Thank you so much. I'd very much like to rib Dylan. And I don't have your name anywhere.
It doesn't pop up on the StreamYard like Zoom does.
Oh, I should do that. I can actually make that happen. Let me do that.
Well, I put Project Bodybuilding, but
let me find it. I think I can change this midstream.
I will say I haven't compared Samson to a lot of people yet on my channel, but just my knee-jerk reaction, he's beating them all since Phil Heath. Beats Brandon, beats Roden, and I don't think people will disagree, honestly. the biggest problem he'll get is Big Ramy. And even then it's like how I, his Olympia versions are so overrated to me. I Early 2015 Ramy was like insane, but Olympia winning Big Ramy, I just don't see it. I just don't see it by that point. Um, but Samson, I think he still beats him. He beats 2021 Ramy. I'm hesitant to say 2020 as well, but I would say so. And then I did comparisons of a three-way, actually. A three-way with Adi, Derek, and Samson. Their Olympia winning versus 22, 23, 24, and I had Samson on top in that three-way.
Man. I was like holding it in until you said that, and I'm like, no, I can't. So anyway, this is Andrew Jacked right now. Now I'll show you what video I saw. I saw this one where I thought he didn't maybe look quite as big. Now he is 6'2" or whatever he is, or 6'1", like tall guy. So, I mean, but sometimes I've seen his arms look absolutely wild. So, I mean, he may have done the smart thing and actually gone off like probably some guys don't, or gone down to an actual TRT dose.
Okay.
So, but if he did do that, I have no clue, but he looks massive here as well. So he looks like he sort of reminds me of Tony Freeman. And when I think about Tony Freeman in person,
underrated
in a singlet, he looked awesome and bubbly, but at the same time, I'm like, he doesn't look like so overly muscled, you know? Like he looked like a big, impressive, crazy looking dude. But it was like the difference between him and Ronnie Coleman, when you see them walking around in a singlet, to me looked massive. Like, yeah, Tony Freeman was a bigger guy, and like, you're like, whoa. But Ronnie Coleman's just like, whoa, like that muscle looks not real.
You're saying singlet. You mean tank top?
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I think singlet here is, it also includes the pants portion, but it's all one thing, like what you'd wear at a powerlifting meet.
Yeah, so when I saw Tony Freeman walking around in a onesie, I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's damn impressive.
What's up, Richard Ratner, as well? Shout out from the UK.
Man, Richard's kind of
hot. Why are you biting your finger, Richard?
I'll tell you what. I know. Are you still on the Andrew Jacked train?
Yeah, but like, I mean,
what's it going to take for you to lose faith?
His legs fading away.
Okay, doable. Consider it done. No, look. Let's ask ourselves the best we've ever seen from Andrew. Everyone was foaming at the mouth over the 2024 Texas Pro. I don't know if I want to comment on that. Okay. Everyone was foaming at the mouth. And I didn't see it. And I got a lot of pushback. Like, I had a Martin versus Andrew comparison. I said, Martin's going to beat Andrew for sure. And it happened, but I got a lot of pushback on that video. And I had a lot of people winning over Andrew, including guys like Nick Walker. This is before Nick dropped out. It's just, that version, 2024 Texas, doesn't beat Derek or Samson at the 2024 Olympia.
Man, I don't think it beats Samson. Could it beat Derek? I think he needed just this tiny bit more, like tiniest bit more conditioning.
Condition?
Yeah, tiniest bit. Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah, just tweak that conditioning a little bit from Texas, same size. I think that, yeah. You know.
Yeah, it's just
Derek.
It is still bodybuilding, and Derek is still much more developed all around than Andrew. Yeah.
Is Andrew more balanced?
From the front. Actually, all around, because Derek's back is overdeveloped. But the back is kind of the main thing. Like, Andrew's back, if he's not going to be in condition, it needs to be a lot better so it can, really shine. Same with the entire posterior chain, really, including the hamstrings. He just has a weakness back there, and Samson equals him. Well, maybe not equals him on aesthetics, and then has a better back. And then Derek's so much thicker per pound, and the back is a massive difference. Like, Derek makes someone like Andrew look like they don't even train. Like, the amount of thickness in Derek's back is insane compared to someone like Andrew that's not coming in the best condition, it's a massive difference.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong.
The back is the glaring difference for Andrew Jacked. Like, you can't deny it. Excellent. All right. Let me. Is there any other photos here? See, look at his arm here, for example. Does that not look bigger?
Okay,
there?
he's posing hard though.
Is he flexing? He's not flexing.
Yes, he is. Does your tricep?
No.
Okay, put your arm down. Does your tricep look like that? No,
Well, no, because
it's
I haven't
flexed.
trained that much recently. But no, but if I flex my arm like that, like, and I'm lean like that, where I've got vascularity everywhere here, my tricep would be popping out hard, like conditioned.
Andrew doesn't have the strongest triceps. They're not the thickest.
That's a mild flex. I'd say that's a light, mild flex.
Well, he's just kind of pushing it in, pushing it into the side.
Yeah, just a little slight. Hey, I'm tense, but I'm not so tense that you can.
You're telling me he put on the shirt and was told to get into the gym to promote this product, and he didn't flex wearing this product?
Man, I don't care. Yes, sir. I don't know, man. Like, Andrew doesn't like. I don't know. I didn't even know. Andrew's not even real, man. Like, those,
you're right. He's
like,
fake. A figment of our imagination.
Exactly. Imagine if we did find out he was just a hologram at every show.
That'd be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
What would be the purpose?
I don't know. But like, that's crazy on a guy who's that tall. Like, I don't know. I feel like at a certain point that should be. It feels unfair, but I don't know. I feel like that just should be rewarded,
Well, we can't reward it all. Samson does everything Andrew does, but a lot of things better.
I agree. I agree with all that. But do you think that we'll be talking about Andrew the same way we're speaking about like the physiques he's bringing now, the same way we speak about Big Ramy from 2013? Like, oh, he should have placed higher back then when his physique was cleaner, even though he wasn't like crisp. It was a nicer physique than winning the Olympia. Like, are we going to say that about Andrew in 4 years?
Since he's such a shape-oriented guy, and if the shape goes, he kind of loses everything, because it's not all he has, but it's the main thing he's running on right now.
It's his forte.
I mean, he's not winning shows based off his side chest.
True.
Where Samson, it's kind of like a massive deal because Samson's side chest is great. Maybe the best in the world right now. At least very high up there.
True that. Let me just bring back up that Arnold Classic list, and then we'll move on to something else. And I want to actually send some text with some links to see if we can get maybe like a Lee Priest on here.
I remember the last time you sent me a link.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
But I need to grab a drink of water, but discuss to me if you think there's anyone else in there that can push into the top 5, like in that lineup. Do you think that like do Brandon and Bonac push into it? And I'm going to get a drink while you discuss that.
Okay. Well,
so you can discuss that solo and you can let me know what you said.
Okay. Man, I've been entrusted with the Desktop Bodybuilding YouTube channel. And I feel so privileged. But anyone, in my opinion, pushing into the top 5, I would say you have the 3 names. It's Samson, Derek, Andrew. So you're really looking at 2 spots here. Akeem, Brandon, Bonac, James. Yeah. Pick 2.
You pick what?
Pick 2. I would say because the top 3's not said and done, but it's occupied at the moment. So I said out of 4, Bonac, Curry, Akeem, James. I think those are the 4 that have the best chance.
I agree, but then I go to myself, John DeLaRosa, who was 4th last year, but beat Akeem and James, and who will I think be better this year. And then you go Sean Clarita. Now I'm not saying that I'm predicting either of those guys ahead of them, but it's like I just think they're coupled in there. And then Carlos is like who knows? Who knows who Carlos?
I think, yeah, but with John, he didn't beat Akeem at the UK, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but UK. Yeah, I think maybe it came.
because he was better both nights. Well, than he
think-
was at the Arnold. The averages were closer together.
Yeah, but the same thing happened again, didn't it? To Akeem. Let's look it up. Arnold
I think he still
Classic
beat John.
UK 2024 scorecards. Yeah, I think John lost the spot for some reason.
Because Akeem got better. More
Yeah.
consistent each night. That's the reason for the season.
Okay. Okay. So let me pull up these scorecards. I'm opening up like a million pages as we do this. But yeah, Akeem, the judging changed again. Oh yeah, and he jumped him. But at pre-judging, John won. So let me find this shit. Where are you? Oh yeah. Okay. Let me stop that screen share. But yeah, he jumped him. He's 3 points ahead, John, at pre-judging, and got beaten by Akeem. Wherever it is. I need to close some of these fucking pages. All right. Now we're cooking. Can you see that?
Yes, so Akeem was third. 2-point difference between him and John.
Yeah. Well, no, three at pre. Oh yeah, overall, yeah.
Yeah.
So he beat him by 5 points.
But I think the moral of the story is that you could probably, because Akeem, so he's in fourth prejudging at this show. Okay. And then he moves up to third at the night show, at the Saturday show. Okay. But at the Ohio show, he was all the way down in sixth at prejudging. And then he only got to move up to fourth because that deficit was too big to overcome. Now, the thing with Akeem is he has been getting better throughout the season. So I think he has a lot more knowledge now. He has, he's not leaving the condition per se because he's competed post Olympia. So I think we have a very good shot to keep seeing what we've been seeing from Akeem.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's going to do very, very well. And we've got Nemtol saying Samson will lose this year, Mr. O. Who do you have
Samson
winning?
will lose this year, Olympia.
Did you say loose? Yeah, he's going to lose. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, that's interesting. But I actually thought at this show as well, I thought Antoine Vaillant maybe could have beaten Moshe Ban.
You know what's really disrespectful? They called out the top 6 at the show for awards and then left Antoine backstage.
Oh, that's
it's just like at that point there are 7 guys here, you know. Hey, top 6 is top 6, I guess.
It really was a small mystery, a small show. This one, hey, 7 guys.
Very good.
It was very good for a small lineup, wasn't it?
They were giving out big prize money, over 100K. I think it was 130.
Wait, but this was last year, wasn't it? No, this was
this year.
Last year. They gave out way more than that. They gave 250, didn't they?
At the Arnold, Ohio. I thought the UK was 130.
UK. Sorry, my bad. I was getting so confused, and I'm like, I'm sure there's more than 7. Like, that just tripped my mind out. Anyway, because I'm like, yeah. Anyway, I completely lost it on that one. Forgot what scorecard we were actually looking at. But what did you think of Samson's package of that show too? By the way,
thought it was nice and full. Now, as for the physique, I think he was a lot better than the Arnold Ohio.
Because some judges had him winning. If you look at the scorecard,
that if anything,
it's more than one because obviously they throw out highs and lows, unless someone had.
Yeah, because the totals are okay, yeah, but
6 and 9.
Right. So Hottie's the thing I remember most about Hottie at this one. Slightly worse than the Arnold Ohio. Samson was slightly better, but the delts on Hottie at this show, I remember them play. I can see them in my mind. Like, and it's a problem for them. They've talked about it before openly in regards to the Hottie. Bob Ciccarello said that's the reason you didn't win the 2021 Olympia. So maybe some people were talking about that. I think it was just the combination of Samson just getting so he improved quite a bit, and then Hottie got a little bit worse.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have given it to Samson though, and I'm a judge.
Yeah, you know what? You're a judge. Yeah, honestly, like, it's hard to say because when you mention about the delts of Hardy, like, I was actually one of the people that pointed this out. You know what I mean? In a video, back in the day. But the thing that disadvantaged Hardy, I think, with the delts is the angle of the Gilco videos.
Because they were up.
They were more up, yeah. And
yeah.
you could it just hit them, like the light hit them perfectly, and it just made them look.
Yeah, I got poked in the eye.
Yeah.
They were pretty bad. Samson wasn't a saint in that regard either, but it was. That's the one thing I do remember about Hottie, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah, and I get that as well. I'm just inviting a few random people onto the podcast, just on the off chance that they're.
You told me Ronnie Coleman and Jay Cutler were going to be here.
I did tell you that. Let me invite Jay.
It would be a Christmas miracle.
Yeah. Should I say my co-host is a huge fan?
No, don't say that. It makes it sound like I'm begging.
You're like, hey, Jay. I'll invite him.
Hi, sir.
There you go.
Mo Shaban placing 6th was questionable. I will say that.
Yeah, I had Antoine above him, man. I thought Antoine had a sick posing routine too, and I thought he should have won the best poser over Samson. Now, that's controversial because I love Samson, but
especially
Antoine's routine was sick.
At the Ohio, they botched Samson's music. They played the routine from last year for some reason. Like,
oh, so did they botch his music? I didn't even discuss that with Samson.
Yes, and then he at the Arnold UK was very good. You know, it was the Purple Rain routine. But no, at the Arnold Ohio, not that Samson's a bad poser, but Antoine just brought something so very actually pretty varied in terms of the different styles he was able to bring, you know, because he fused 3 songs together in some type of matchup. So it was actually very good.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I love Samson's routine, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I think because, yeah, I just think that I'm like, Antoine put a lot of work into that. And I'm like, oh, and it sucks that Antoine didn't get anything for it too. So it's like, I would like it if someone could put up some money for posing routines where it's like the top 3 to each show, even if it's like $3,000 for first, $2,000 for second, $1,000 for third. At least it would encourage some guys to maybe like, hey, I'm gonna do 5 shows this year or 4 shows. If I can get top 3 poser in or top 2 poser in every single one, I'll pick myself up like another 8K.
And all you gotta do is the bare minimum nowadays.
Yeah, you don't have to. It doesn't have to be spectacular, but maybe it would drive some guys to be like, "Hey, I want to win best poser in 3 shows. That's 9K extra. That's almost
right.
Like plus whatever you get for."
I like how they did it at the Detroit Pro. I was very excited to see those 3 awards that they gave out. What was it? Most muscular, most conditioned, and the best poser. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree as well. I think it's a smart way to do it, man, because and they actually had significance to the awards too. Like, they named them after, like, one of them was John Meadows, and then I can't remember what they named.
Cedric and Luke.
Yeah. So I didn't want to get those wrong as well. But it was really cool because, you know, like 3 like iconic guys of the sport that obviously we've lost as well. So it's cool to have those. And it's ironic as well. They all have those different aspects that you can actually have awards for those things. So I really like that.
Let me ask you. I'm going to do this comparison eventually. Luke Sandow. Do you say Sandu?
Sando.
It's Sando. Sando.
Is it Sandown or Sando?
I've heard it all 3 ways. Sandu, Sandow.
It's the fact that people say Sandown for the trophy, but it's Sandow. And then Sando. It's Luke Sando.
Luke Sando. Okay.
Yeah.
It's 2019.
I confuse them all.
2019 Arnold Classic versus Martin Fitzwater's best package to date. Who wins?
Sorry, go again. I was just messaging.
Luke Sandow 2019 Arnold Classic versus Martin's best package to date, which is probably the 24 Olympia.
Man,
Pretty good matchup, huh?
the thing is, it's like not under the same lighting. I think that Martin has more like some more gnarly detail and like the hamstrings and things like that. The back's really dense and round. But Luke, like that front double bicep and the front lat, like were really, really nice shots. I need to remember what Luke exactly looks like from the back.
Very solid, but a match like I just think what he would have looked like now 5 years into it would have been a very, very good back.
Yeah, yeah. 1 second. I'm just messaging a few.
Please stop talking to Jay Cutler. He doesn't want to.
No, I didn't message Jay. I feel like it's like he's with family, like he's traveled. Like, like I just can't.
Yeah, too bad we don't care. Send him an S.
No, I can't bring myself to do it on Christmas, man. Like, I just like there's some people like I'll ask Samson. I'm sure he's busy, but because I know he's with family too. But it's the day after Christmas there, like it's the morning after. Samson's probably doing cardio, so I'm like maybe I could get him, So we'll see.
We can get him as he heads into the sauna.
Yeah.
Okay, do you think Kai Green is the top 5 physique of all time? Like his best? Like we're talking top 5 bodybuilders of all time.
I think so, but
who else beats him besides those 4?
That gets left out a bit. Dexter Jackson on today's judging criteria.
2024. Arnold Classic. Hottie beats him. I did that comparison.
Yeah, but see that Hardy thing, like Hardy is really close with all that, So it's like it is difficult.
Okay, but I wouldn't say Dexter's top 5, top 10.
Yeah, he's definitely top 10.
Okay, if Dexter didn't, let's say you slash 30. Yeah, I thought that was funny. If you slash Dexter's wins in half, do you still put him top 10? Like, let's forget about the legacy.
No, I'm just talking purely physique.
Yeah.
Like on today's judging criteria,
I think he would do better.
Would be favored better now because there's such a emphasis on conditioning and detail and shape. But Dexter, some years and some packages did have a little bit of distension as well. So it's like you can't just like, it's very easy to remember all the best aspects of Dexter from the best years, but there was a few years where there's a bit of distension where this was a little bit off, but overall Dexter was just like next level, consistent and conditioned. No?
Next level?
Yeah, that shoulder detail, a lot of people don't have that.
You want an award for not pinning your delts? Please.
I mean,
yeah, I appreciate it. I don't know.
This is man, those delts like. Ooh.
I know it looks like a bunch of splinters. It's like you chewed up a bunch of wood and spit it out.
Do you not appreciate that?
I do on a good day.
Yeah, fair.
You only have 3 messages in your DM box?
No, I've got heaps, but I don't know why it says 3.
Oh,
yeah.
I was about to say it's getting lonely over there.
Yeah, I know. Things are rough. All right. Well, I've just asked a few people. Oh, I'll ask Lee Priest.
Ask Lee Priest.
Let me just copy paste that.
Because you don't care if he's with family.
No, exactly.
You gotta pull up Superset Man's channel. Do you not the channel, his Instagram where he does the matchups.
True, yeah, he does do that. Let me just.
I want your opinion. I think there's maybe a Kai versus someone. Kai can probably beat some beat some versions of Dorian and Jay. To be honest.
Superset Man. Let me just find the page we're on. I like the way Mark says Superset Man.
Yeah, I don't even. You can't replicate Mark.
No, he's actually. I think he'll go down as like bodybuilding gold. You know what I mean?
Right, I think so as well.
Because I saw Fuad's like giving him shout outs and stuff recently too.
Yeah.
And his voice, like, yeah. I remember actually, this is one of the first times I ever listened to Mark. Oh, I didn't post this. I was meant to post this link in the group with the guys, but I'll do it in a second. Which one are we looking at?
Man, I did that comparison in the middle, the 09J versus 93 Dorian.
Oh, that's not it.
That's a good one.
The problem is it gets so laggy. Oh, it's completely stopped. Fun. Is it stopped on your screen?
It is stopped on my screen.
Why is that happening? Hold on. Oh, it's because I went off the page. That's why. Is it laggy though?
A little bit, but I mean, I'm fine with it. I want to see the poses.
Who do you think wins?
I don't know who I had in my video.
I have Jay. I just think that side by side, it would be more apparent, but Dorian is like so impressive there. Like
A lot more detailed. He actually has lats. It's
a lot more detailed. Look at those hamstrings. Oh, wait. Look at
Jay had like a slightly
he's dry.
thicker skin. Not like it was still very thin, but like next to Dorian, even the quad in the quads, yeah. But I think overall, Dorian's most muscular sucked. It was pretty bad.
It's funny, isn't it? Because you'd think he would have a great most muscular on the fact that he was a big guy back then. You know, you just sort of assume that big guys have good most muscular.
Very poor arms and very bad delts.
Very bad delts is pretty harsh.
Yeah, they sucked. Honestly, they were some of the worst I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm sure your delts are better.
Well, they are.
Maybe. Actually, Dorian still has a bit of muscle though, but the delts still always go. And how old's Dorian now?
I think he's.
Oh,
like
wait.
61.
Royalty.
Oh,
I want to send Mark. Please. Mark, can we send you the link?
Oh, please don't. My heart's nemesis.
No, we need Mark in here. Boost our ratings. Boost the numbers. Mark's max muscle here. That's about as good as I can get.
I like when he says things of that nature. Things of that nature.
Things of that nature, yeah. I like.
Or,
I feel like, why isn't Mark putting out T-shirts with his things on there, like just saying things of that nature?
He doesn't know what he's got.
He doesn't know what he's got. Exactly. Let me invite him. Oh wait, I was about to post that in the comment section.
You should.
Yeah, well, we don't have that many people in here right now, so people are probably crashing out, combing. But let's try to get Mark in here, even if he can't come on. Try to peer pressure him into it. Okay, I don't want to do it while I'm sharing my screen, so I'm just going to stop that for 1 second.
I was just getting into that.
You were? Oh, sorry. We can get back into it after. Let me invite. I'll invite the group.
Xavier, if you get Jay Cutler on this podcast, I'll kiss you when you come to America.
I will not be getting Jay on the podcast today then.
Are you kidding me?
Okay, I've sent it to Mark, and I'll post it in the group too. If anyone wants to join us.
My wife is listening. You should. What does that mean?
What?
It's what Mark said. My wife's listening. You should.
Invite him?
Maybe?
Peer pressure him into getting on there?
Maybe that's what he meant. Unclear.
Unclear. The message is not clear at this point. Mark may have had some Christmas trees. Smoked some Christmas tree. I'm just trying to make something.
You know how I feel about this, Xavier.
You're a big fan of the ganja.
Quite the opposite.
Why? Tell us why you're opposed to it.
I like
in the comments. Let us know. Are you opposed or for gunge? Medicinal.
Look, I hate life just as much as anybody else, but I'm not trying to run away from it with other nefarious things.
I am. No, I'm joking.
She said I should make t-shirts. Also, I should join.
Yes,
You should.
Agreed. And we can go through these comparisons.
Oh, let's go through every single one of them rapid fire.
All right. And we can just decide. Yeah, I actually like that. Who is this? This is Dylan. Oh, wait. Our names have disappeared. Why have our names
They
disappeared?
keep popping up. I'm not sure why that is. StreamYard is.
So pop up, and pop off. Wait. Let's try this again. Wait. See, I've clicked it. Show display names. Show headlines. No, nothing's coming up. It hates you. It doesn't want you to have the exposure. This is Dylan from Mark's Max Muscle. This is Dylan from Project Bodybuilding.
The real brains behind Mark's Max Muscle. Oh, the name.
Oh, there it is. Oh, it's when this pops up. Okay.
Makes sense.
Ricky Langelo David says, Ganj can lower T. What say you?
What say me? Well, as part of the medical research I just made up, this is true and factual. It's simply it can increase progesterone, which can lower T. Yes, of course. I knew that. Of course, I knew that. That's why I'm so staunchly against it for bodybuilding purposes. I just think I'm just not down with that. I'm just not down with the sickness like you are. I'm
not down with that.
No, I don't drink either.
That's why you're wearing a suit, and then I've got the exact same color on, but it's like open. One button or two buttons open.
It's like two different versions of Alcoholics Anonymous.
Well, I don't drink. Well, I did drink yesterday, actually. I had a few beers.
Chat, what do you think about drinking?
Is drinking good for bodybuilding?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. At least with weed, you can say, well, maybe it helps me sleep. It lowers my stress. So you can try to make some roundabout excuse that it helps you with recovery, which I don't think is that true. But alcohol, there's just no way it's good for you at all. There's just absolutely no way.
Yeah, for sure. Mark said he just got home. How long are we going to be on for? And I said, as long as you want.
Hours and hours and hours and hours.
I think we should tier list some Christmas food. Now, I don't know if this is an Australian tier. Wait, is this an Australian tier list? I want to see if you know these anyway. And Mark can join in when
put one of those latest comments up. That was good. From Royal Zach. That was a good one. I look like Ben Shapiro.
Why does Project B look like a young aspiring Republican?
And it doesn't help that I'm out here saying don't smoke weed and don't drink.
Yeah, I know,
like
right?
I look like whatever young college Republican group you have on your campus. That's exactly what I look like. When you go to the recruiting office, this is what I look like. That's what it looks like.
That's so funny.
I look like Charlie Kirk.
Do you know what's funny? I've seen an uptick in weed smoking Republicans.
It's just the libertarianism we have in the country. It's I think people realize things aren't going to go back to the way they were, so they're being less conservative and more libertarian. They're just saying, well, as long as you do that over there, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Which I mean,
have confirmed Mark's Max Muscle. I'll be back in a sec, then I'll join.
Does Dylan train in that suit? That's it. I don't train at all. I don't even bodybuild.
You lift. We know. I wonder, like, I feel like if you had yourself on your channel more and you wore a suit every single time, I feel like that would be
I pretty much do.
Video just to be benching in a suit, but you'd rip.
Oh, I'm gonna have to start wearing sunglasses because my ring light is destroying my eyes.
Yeah, mine's on now too. It's bright. Like
I put it up ahead, and but it's like it's still. I'm gonna have to legitimately start wearing sunglasses, so it's gonna have to be part of the brand.
Yep. I feel like I should only wear. You know how Sam Sulek has like the hat that he wears. I'm like, I feel like I should just wear literally not a hat, but I should wear, what do they call them? Like
Beanie?
flannels, flannies,
Oh, yeah,
flannel
flannels. So
shirts.
that's what we call them here in US of
Yeah,
A.
like the tops.
Yeah, and they're usually checkered.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Love them. Do you know why? Because they're diverse. And not because I love diversity, but
Yeah, I hate diversity.
you can wear a singlet or a t-shirt, and if you're too hot, you take that off and you're instantly in summer wear. But
Unironically,
if
I
you wanna
dress
be
like
covered-
Alex Hormozy in real life.
Same. Which is ironic because you're wearing a suit right now. But it is like I see what he wears and I'm like, yeah, there's something to that.
It's just efficient, It's like
Yeah.
it's basically the same as like a hoodie, but it's a little more unique.
So many months per year you can rock it. You know what I mean? So many months.
Well, I wear what I want when I want. No one's gonna tell me what to wear.
Yeah. Who's this?
That's a good one. That's a good one. Martin Shkreli.
Should we look him up?
No, don't do me like that.
Okay,
but that
fine.
is who I kind of look like. Let's get Dylan on trend. Never done
Loyal
trend.
Zach.
I'll do it.
Have a great New Year, Xavier. And that's basically a middle finger to you, Dylan.
Yeah, that is.
Thank you, okay.
The only thing that was worse was and guest.
Yeah, I know. But Kevin Clements, he's a loyal desk topper. So, we have Max Muscle.
What is he in the Death Star?
You need some. Oh, he's wearing the green top. I don't know if you can hear us or not. I think Mark's lost.
He's patching in.
But yeah, Mark can you hear us. I'd say it's a no. Okay, I'll stay now. So Mark is pulling them in and keeping them here. He's a retention guy.
I'm on retention.
I feel like I can hear Mark, but just the background.
Yeah, but he can't hear us. Is he typing in that chat thing?
I hear you. We can hear you. We can hear the background, but you're not talking.
There, now I see myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I refuse to speak until I could see that I was on.
And do you know what I love about you being on this channel is the fact that your mouth moves at the same time as your voice. Because for some reason,
so it's
shut up. Shut up.
Oh, it's Dylan.
Yes.
It's Dylan. And it's also is EP as well? Kenson?
Look at you guys both nice dressed and me with this old shirt.
No, we were just talking. This is the stoner version of what Dylan is wearing because Dylan is a pose.
That's true.
Yeah. So, Mark, how was your Christmas?
Oh, good. Just got back from the wife's family.
Very nice. Very nice.
Doing dinners and sitting in somebody else's house and you just want to go home.
Yeah.
I feel you.
I just make myself at home.
Yeah. There's a certain point where you start looking at your watch,
I never wear a watch.
Me either. No. Or occasionally. So you never wear a watch? You don't even have a new phone, do you?
I don't even have a phone. Period.
So
I don't even have I canceled my house phone. I don't even have a house phone.
Lee Priest is in the chat.
Is he? Let's get him in here. Lee, get in.
Well, it is too. Is that the real Lee Priest, or is that?
I would cream if he got on this podcast.
Is that just a fake Lee Priest?
He might come on then, I reckon, because he's in that sort of stuff.
Oh, I saw he was talking about butt chugging the other day.
Butt chugging?
I saw it on my Insta. Is that what you call it? I don't know. I don't drink. I saw it on my Instagram Reels, and because he couldn't drink anymore, or else he was gonna throw up. That's what he said. And then he's like, "Well,
I don't think Lee drinks at all. A lot, hardly.
Maybe not anymore. I don't know.
I don't think he ever did."
He said, "Okay, well, maybe he was telling the story on behalf of somebody then, because he was telling this. It definitely could have been cut out. But he was talking about how he wanted to get."
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what. But he wanted to get more drunk, so he just wanted a butt chug. I like the efficiency.
No,
when you say butt chug, does that mean?
I don't care.
It's like
I think it means.
I'm doing a live podcast.
You can do that. You can get drunk like that.
And this is desktop bodybuilding. This isn't, the The other
Project
one there,
bodybuilding.
This ain't like project bodybuilding.
Wait. Look who we've got.
Oh,
we get IFBB
The story-
legend here.
The story was I did that much fucking drinking, I couldn't drink anymore, and there was a bit left in the bottle. I remember my wife said you could shelve it, so I put the vodka bottle up my ass. She walks in the room and goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" I said, "You told me a guy got drunk doing this," and she goes, "I also told you he fucking died doing it too." I'm like, "Oh, I forgot that."
That's right. I remember that.
Yes, I
And
do
my
remember.
tip
Now
to
that I hear it.
My tip to everyone is, if you do that, don't get the twist top vodka bottle. It's really hard to get in.
Yeah. Or don't do it with the sombrero tequila either.
What about
Oh,
the cork?
You got to take the hat off before you try wedge it in.
right.
Lee, how was your Christmas? I heard you're sick.
Yeah, still got that bit of a chest infection, whatever. Trying to get rid of that before I head to the UK. So, like now, start diaphragm
Do you
starts
leave-
coughing.
Do you leave tomorrow?
No, I leave on the 11th, so I've still got 16 days to try and get rid
Oh,
of it.
Okay. For some reason,
I've
I
only
thought
had
you
it
were.
for 2 weeks.
For some reason, I thought you were leaving on like the 28th or the 27th or something. I don't know why that is, but
I'm stressing enough thinking about the flight. I hate long flights. It's just boring as fuck.
well, you can just use some like prescription stuff, like.
I tried that Xanax, and all I do on a plane is this. So my mate gave me Xanax, and you know how when you feel like you want to sleep, your brain wants to sleep. My eyes are stinging, and I still couldn't sleep. So by the time I got to where I was going, I felt fucking worse from the Xanax.
Ugh.
Fucking never again.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
I'm sitting by the harbour. See, sitting by the beautiful harbour.
Oh, look
Is that Newcastle?
Yeah, there's the Humvee parked over there.
Ah.
Somebody's trying to
Very
break
nice.
in there. Oh no!
It's insured.
So Lee, I don't know if I've introduced you to Dylan from Project Bodybuilding, but he said right before you were coming on, he said, "I'm going to."
Don't say what he said.
He said he was
Don't
gonna-
say what
he
he
was
said.
gonna- he said he was going to cream.
So
So he's really only got that. He's really only got the suit top on. He's got no pants on right now.
That's right.
there's
These
no
aren't
pants
even my
on.
real hands.
I bet you he never has pants on.
No, I wear the whole thing. Makes you
Stand
feel
up.
professional.
It's like the
He's
guy in
sitting on one of
Nightclub
those. He's
there.
sitting on one of those dildos with the suction cup on the seat.
That's it. That's
I
it.
wondered why when he's talking to me, he's sort of doing this.
Oh my god, that's awful. I'm just going
He's
to
having,
share.
he's having a special white Christmas there right now.
But yeah.
But the good thing about that, if you do that a lot, your missus comes home, she thinks you've been cleaning the house because it smells like ammonia.
This is a very Lee Christmas, I feel like. I love it.
No-
The show
no
just
white
talked
Christmas
about
there,
all
though.
this stuff.
I don't see any snow down there.
No, it's hot day here tomorrow. I think tomorrow it's going to be like 40 degrees Celsius, and it's probably like what, 100 Fahrenheit and humid.
The humidex.
That's hot.
We have this much snow and more.
I've got bits of the tree falling on me. Look,
Yeah, in Australia, I swear, if you sit under one of those trees, you become covered in that shit. Like,
Are drop bears real?
That's
Or
what
are they
happens
just
when you sit
something made
underneath.
up?
yeah, no, they're real. They got fangs on them. They're really fucking vicious.
I remember hearing about them. I'm like, that can't be real. I looked it up.
Yeah. Out in the wild, it's like a Tasmanian devil crossed with a koala bear.
Could
That's
be
not real. They're
marsupials
not
that we
real.
never heard of, though.
Oh, we got the platypus. Have you seen a platypus?
Yeah, look at the duck-billed platypus. What the heck is
Well,
that?
back in my day, a platypus was just when a girl did her hair different on a pussy. But now, like,
platypus.
that's actually a good
Platypus,
question.
yeah.
You know, girls are so copying each other. I saw a girl at the gym the other day, and why is it they tuck their shirt up the back of their sports bra in the gym? Who started that fucking bullshit?
Tuck their shirt up under their sports bra.
You know,
Somebody
like from
on-
behind, you see their ass, but they tuck their shirt up
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah.
You see their
Somebody on
lower back.
TikTok.
What's that all about?
I hate women in the gym.
Now, girls are like sheep. One shaves their pussy, then they all shave their pussy. When was the last time you saw fucking hair on that thing?
I don't know.
I
It's
have.
been a while. Where?
Only
Oh,
like a strip. Way too much. That's why. And this is a while back, by the way.
A little landing strip, a little bit of hair's nice. That way you can sort of know what. You can get a rough idea they're at the right age. When there's no hair there, you don't know what's going on.
I thought you was going to say it's a directional thing. It's much easier. I can. Okay.
But really, come on, guys, come on. When you see that thing shaved, it's not fucking pretty. Sometimes it's like if that thing came up behind you 6 foot, you'd shoot the cut. It's like a fucking.
I agree.
Remember when Predler took his mask off and it went? Brah! That's what it fucking looks like.
Zoidberg, you know, off Futurama.
Exactly. It ain't pretty.
Yeah. Well,
That thing has started more wars and the death of more men. That fucking thing between their legs.
Yeah, I agree. Mark has the
Helena
headset.
Troy, all of them. Helena Troy, all fucking started shit.
Mark, you're like obviously you've been in. Wait, we can't hear Mark. Can we?
Is it?
No, we can't hear. Oh yes, there. Yeah. You've got the microphone.
Is it no good?
What do you think?
I think it's okay.
I can hear Mark. I must say that, but Mark
Funny
on
that,
here is actually his voice is actually timed to his mouth on here. So it's
Yeah.
actually
That's what we said. Yeah, it's much
So
better.
so that is fine then.
Yeah.
It is super
Okay.
loud. Wait, I'm going to turn you down a bit though.
So
it's good,
that-
but I'll turn you
That
down.
doesn't even work then.
Not when you got that in, nah.
I
So
feel
it
like
means
Vince McMahon. 1, 2, and he got him. He got him.
welcome to ESPN.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's guest, Lee Priest, IFBB legend.
Once you get legend status, that just means you're fucking old. That's all that means.
Hey, I it's funny. I always used to think of like when I was younger. I always used to think of Hall of Fame stuff. I'm like, I don't care whatsoever about that. As soon as I hit about 32 years old, I started caring about when people became like Hall of Famers and stuff and legends. And I'm like, is that just me getting older and actually giving a shit now? Because when I was in my 20s, I did not care. I was like, whatever. Yeah, they're going to become Hall of Famers. But now I care. I don't know why.
Thanks for that bit of useless information.
Yeah, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
no, it meant nothing. Yeah. I don't know what, no, I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, I don't know why I
that was
care.
fucking riveting.
Yeah.
Wow. Tell us what you thought when you're 25, Xavier, while you're at it.
Well, actually, no. Anyway, but Mark and Lee, I don't know if we discussed this. I think it was when just Dylan and I was on here. We wanted to go through and do quick fire. Now, Lee, we was actually discussing the other day about you being at was it the 97 Olympia?
1997, yeah.
That was
Yeah.
a real good look.
Yeah, so we went deep on that Olympia on the top two, especially, and compared it.
We did go deep.
photos and all that.
Tony
sort of stuff.
Doughty said I should have been third.
Yeah, and we mentioned that as well on the podcast. So
I wouldn't
wanted to go
disagree with that.
yeah, and the thing is as well, like looking at Sean Ray back then, Sean was so phenomenal in certain shots when he hit them. But the overall size wise, do you think you were bigger than Sean back then, like just in terms of muscularity? 'Cause I think
Probably, but I always think because I always figured like if I had taken my career at the young age I did, imagine if I was American and started competing at 13 and did well in the nationals at 17 and that, I probably would have been a proper legend because I think, coming up through the ranks in America, the judges know people, so they know him. So I think sometimes being American, they sort of give you the nod like that. It's like at the Arnold Classic that one year. Even on the ESPN when it was on, they said I should have been like second at least, and I got like fifth. And that's the one where I think it was on YouTube not long ago. People posted, and the crowd's just booing like crazy. So I got like I got.
I was just
second
telling you
I
about
got
that one,
second,
Xavier.
Second at the Ironman, fifth at the Arnold, and then the following week I won the San Fran and beat everyone that's at the Arnold. So for some reason at the bigger shows they marked me down.
I remember watching that. Lee Labrada was there as well, was he not?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. I'm old, losing my memory.
Yeah,
what
I
year was it
remember
again?
that. 95. I thought the one that I was thinking about.
Could be. It's like I've been raped. I try and block it out when I'm in the shower.
I try to remember it as often as I can. And face the
No,
fear
but-
head on.
Absolutely, you had some.
I get to the point now where I just masturbate. I go in the fetal position in the shower and cry like I've been abused.
Always a solid move. Okay, so I wanted to share. this one with you guys.
It's too bright.
What was your rapid fire? You said we're going rapid fire.
We're doing that in a second, but you were mentioning that physique, so I wanted to bring it up. If I can find it anywhere.
The 97 Lee Priest.
I was trying to find the 95.
95 Arnold Classic.
99 Lee Priest at Olympia was pretty good if you look at that one. Shut up. Tie a bit fucking tight.
2000.
I think you're just jealous you don't have one. You're sitting like a homeless man out on a bench
with a
somewhere.
Hummer.
Hey,
With a Hummer.
With the Hummer.
According to Sean Ray, I am a drug addict and homeless. So what are you talking about?
Oh my god. Did he actually say that? Did he say that for real?
Yeah.
You guys get on
where he goes, Lee's just angry. He had it all ahead of him, but you know, when you lose it all and you're a drug addict and homeless and blah blah blah.
That is 2005, isn't it?
That could have been. I think that could be 04. I'm trying to remember the hair when it was fully platinum. That could have been 04.
Oh, was it?
Looks like
Someone
around
said
90.
95.
Oh, really? That's 95? No way.
That's what it says.
And I think that's when. I think I was 22. Was that from the Iron Man in 22? Yeah, because the hairstyle comes up. You watch the Iron Man, it has my age on the bottom, and Lonnie Tepper says 22.
All right.
That's a cool shot.
That's only a couple of months. That's like what, fucking 30 years ago. Thanks for bringing that up, cunt, and depressing me.
Not quite 30, not quite. 30 in a couple of days, maybe.
30 years ago. Were you even born then, Xavier? Jesus.
I was 89 baby.
You were born in the 80s.
What the
Maybe
Yeah, I
fuck?
know.
What the fuck?
Huh.
Yeah, I know.
You're getting old.
Dylan.
Imagine
I
being
know.
born this millennium. Could only be me.
Dylan's
So
like
what-
22.
I'm gonna be 22 in just a couple of days. I'm thinking about buying my first Escort.
But he's dressing like he's fucking 70.
Yeah. Thinks he's Bob Barker.
Where are you going after this? To a funeral or what? Where are you going?
He always looks like that.
No, I'm just gonna hang. No, never mind.
He always looks like that.
Yeah, I do.
That's how
I do.
people dress on Christmas Day.
No, I dressed up specifically for this, just in case Lee Priest would come on.
I got a Whalers shirt for hunting
Well,
whales.
I'm coming on. All you got to be is naked and a shoelace and a coffee table. That's all you need.
Perfect.
Hey Lee, are you going to do this again with like a transformation or anything like that?
Fuck off.
No.
Oh, maybe at some point I'm like, I can't eat clean anymore. It's too hard. I go to eat clean and I'm like, fuck this. What am I doing that for?
Yeah, for like one day or half a day, and then you're like, nah.
Maybe the first meal always starts off good, then it's downhill after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You post a lot on Instagram, Lee. Oh, here we go. This is what
There's
I
that
was looking for.
famous Tom Platz picture.
Oh, was that the one where you're like, Tom Platz is like yelling?
He's like, whoa! Like side tricep, I think.
Yeah, that was the Iron Man when I was 22, that one.
This is the one, Lee, that I was telling you about that I downloaded, and it took like hours to download. On
That's the one you used to
Christmas
spank
tree.
Yeah.
Striated
Nah,
glutes.
nah.
Striated glutes.
Yeah.
Rip.
You never got credit for that, Lee, ever. Like having.
I tell you.
Yeah, see, this was a similar look that you had in like 2005.
Mm.
But it was earlier on.
Xavier wasted many tissues over this routine.
I'm sure
no.
Dylan himself.
Yeah.
I've never seen this footage actually ever.
So you're pretty
Really?
excited right now.
That's an understatement.
Take your tie off and tie it around your cock. Keep the blood in it longer.
Were you saying slam it in a drawer or something?
All between the doors, doesn't matter.
That was Kenson never ever did post that video yet. He's gonna.
I wonder why.
I think it's because he's down in Florida. He'll
Mm.
get back.
I saw he was. Didn't he post something with some seafood or something? I saw. Or...
Something.
He ate some gator. He told me he ate some gator.
That's disgusting.
Yes,
Oh, you eat
Is it-
cow.
exactly. And we have eaten some rotten pussies in our life, so maybe
And-
Dana's-
That too. that too.
You ever do it when you used to like finger pop them and you bring your hand out and it's like you just stuck it in a bag of yogurt. You're like, what the fuck's that shit? Fucking,
Finger
I got enough
popping.
yeast. I got enough yeast to make a loaf of bread. What the fuck's that?
What's your game plan there, Lee? Do you tell them? Do you stop? Or do you
Well, you don't know till you come out, and it's like you just snowed. Now, here's a funny story. I don't think I ever told Xavier. One day I brought this girl home from school, right? And I'm in the bedroom.
Wait.
How old were you?
I was probably 15. She was 15.
Okay.
You perverts.
Okay, I'm
I was 38, and I just went around school and grabbed her.
You were jacked.
I'm in.
You were.
So I brought her home, right? And I'm going down on her, and all of a sudden I hear the door. I'm like, "Fuck, who's that?" I better go see. And it was my sister. So I go out the bedroom. My sister turns and looks at me, and she's like, I'm like, what the fuck? What's she looking at me like that for? I go look in the mirror. I didn't realize the girl I was going down on had her period, and I look like Heath Ledger from The Joker. Big fucking. I'm thinking, I wonder why it tasted like iron. It's like,
right.
At 15, she didn't mention it. She wasn't like, you know what I mean?
Well,
like, even girls nowadays.
sometimes she mightn't have known her period was coming that day, but
Not gonna stop her.
should have said to my sister, "Do you know how I got these scars?"
Or you could go like full Hannibal Lecter, like you know how he does that thing. But
Well, I got engaged when I was 18, and the girl I got engaged to, right when I was 18, we decided to have sex. Actually, it's a nice Christmas story. It happened around Christmas time because the whole family was over for Christmas, and we got a bit horny, and we went into my mum's room to have sex, but we did it on the sheepskin rug, and she bled all over it.
oh,
Then we're like, oh fuck! So she puts her pants on. We go back into the living room, and she's sitting on the arm of the lounge, and I'm sitting across near my mum, looking over at her, and I see the blood soaking through her jeans. I'm like,
heavy bleeding.
what a Christmas to remember.
Yeah, it's good for Christmas. It's red.
I was gonna say,
Oh, come all ye faithful.
when Mark joined, he had the full red light on plus the red background. It looked like it was. Dylan said it was coming from the Death Star.
Ooh.
Yeah, do it again.
Come on.
It's not working.
That's pink.
Yeah, no. Before it looked so red though. It was like
It was brighter. You can
Oh,
turn
yeah,
the
there we
brightness
go.
up.
I like
There we
it.
It's
go.
all
Now-
new technology.
That's his brothel light for after hours.
Yeah, red
Well,
light district.
that's if you're in Australia. The red light means it's a brothel house.
I got my
it?
He-Man action figures over
I
there.
don't even know that.
Mm-hmm. What do you do with them?
I got. I'll tell you.
I'll tell you. I know why Mark put the headphones on. It's like Lee joined and then the headphones went on.
Yeah.
Fisto. What do you think, Fisto?
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Hey, whatever makes you happy, I don't judge. This is judgment-free zone.
Well, that's Fisto.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is.
Great name.
Did you ever
Great
get
name.
the Bionic Man where you push the button on his back and his arm would lift up when you push the button on his back?
No, I think they're worth a lot of money though.
And he had like a hole in the back of his head. When you look through it, you could look through his bionic.
That's Lee Majors, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's who my mum called me after. There was some.
Yeah, I seen that on your documentary.
Yeah, there's some Western actor called Dwayne. She was going to call me after him, but then $6 Million Man come on TV, and I got called Lee instead.
Yeah.
And that was a good show, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then he had Fall Guy. Was it Fall Guy? Was he Fall
Yeah.
Guy? Yeah.
Yeah, I used to love that truck. The pickup truck was cool,
The
wasn't it?
big brown was a big brown Chevy.
Yeah, with the roll bars. Yeah.
Yeah. These guys are
Actually,
too young
that
to
new
remember that.
movie, the new movie Fall Guy, the new Fall Guy movie, it was filmed in Sydney here. It's pretty shit, but at the very end, Lee Majors has a cameo in it.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he had a cameo in the Fall Guy movie at the end.
I didn't even know he was still alive.
He still goes around to those like Comic-Con things and does stuff.
Wow. Wasn't the one with the Andre the Giant he was in? He was the Sasquatch or something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pull up the tier list. I for some reason, Superset Man, I can't search his name whatsoever.
The Superset Man?
Yeah, it's the Superset Man.
Oh, okay. Let me pull that up for a second, then.
Hello, Superset Maniacs, and welcome back to my channel.
Who's that?
Mark.
Who's the Superset Man?
He does a lot of edits and he does good comparisons. I like his
I've seen
channel.
better.
Really?
He does, Mark's the king of comparisons, I'd say, but Superset Man does some really good ones on Instagram.
I have the most on there. It's because I've been doing it the longest.
Yeah, but they're very good. But let me share. For some reason,
please share.
I don't know why. Okay. Here we go.
Oh,
So we're
yes.
gonna do quick fire on these comparisons. I'm very interested to see what Lee thinks on some of these. But Lee, you probably know some of these from just.
I see
they brought.
the middle one. I see the difference. Guy on the left is white. The other guy is black. I'm good at these games.
Yeah, spot the difference.
Yeah.
Right. So which one's better?
So
the white guy, of course.
now, which package do you like? So this is 2019 Brandon Curry, which he won, and then 2016 Kai Green, which is the tail end of his career, essentially. Lee, what do you think about Kai Green? Do you think he's like a top 5 guy all time? Do you think I know it's sort of hard to say. I'll maximize.
It's hard to say all time. When you say all time, because there's been different eras. That's why I don't like when they say all time, because everyone was good in their time, in their era. So it's hard to say,
Yeah. Like, Mark, have you done this comparison before? I'm sure you would have.
I don't recall doing this exact one, but I'm sure I've done Kai Green versus Brandon Curry before.
I saw Kai Green's videos. Kai Green's got a bigger cock.
See, there's not much difference here, though. Like if you really
Lewis, Bo Lewis,
he'll beat the whole top 10.
He would destroy anybody in that aspect.
Destroy anybody?
Yeah,
in that aspect.
I mean, anally destroyed him.
Ouch!
But Dylan, who do you have on this one?
I hated Kai's stomach this year, but Brandon's looking really small next to him.
I mean, really small's rough. I mean, the rear lat spread though, like I think Brandon even hangs, and then I like him on the side try and a few other shots. But I think Kai probably have a freakiness.
But even though the videos are like that, because they're not on the same stage, I think it look completely different if they're on the same stage, actually next to each other under the lights. Because even though it's like close, it's still not the same.
Yeah. All right. Now let's quick fire these ones. So Jay Cutler, 2009 versus Phil Heath, 2011. Mark?
Yeah, I think the picture footage is so different for especially 09 Jay Cutler. It's very hard to go off video footage. Even 2011 Phil, it's hard to. I would say Phil would beat Jay.
Yeah, I think Phil just had that. Phil just seemed to have that more 3D look to him than.
Yeah, just more perfect. Everything's just.
Yeah. Even when he pulls back with the elbows as well, like the detail in the back on Phil, it's like perfectly symmetrical.
Trapped. Look at Phil in that side tricep looks good.
Yeah, and it's popping as well.
I got to go Jay. I got to go Jay because on my documentary he said he loves me. I got to go Jay.
Yeah, Jay. Okay.
yeah. He said I never seen somebody so big. He says Lee was so big. His arms were just so big.
I love Lee. He's crazy. And then Dennis James is like a little bit too fucking crazy.
Hey Lee, do you think that Jay's a bit more outspoken? Well, he's obviously more outspoken in his career.
All of them are outspoken once they fucking retire. Where were they when they were competing? When they could make change? When they were at the top, they're the guys who could have made change. They kept their mouth shut. I don't want to upset and lose money or get in trouble. It's like if you're the top guys and you all speak out, and all the top guys didn't compete, what could they do for fuck's sake?
I think it's more open now. I think you're seeing more guys speak about stuff like even on my podcast. And
not the ones that are competing. Not the ones that are competing don't really speak out. Still.
I'd say a few have spoken out at least a bit. Like, do you know Beef Stew? Stu Sutherland?
Yeah. Actually, did he shave his hair? I think I saw in the podcast.
Yeah.
Cut off his locks.
I think Stu wants to say more as well, but he
definitely
holds
does.
himself back. But he says a few things which I mean, it's a lot of the stuff he says you can't argue with as well. It's like it's based on fact. But anyway, let's get back to the comparisons.
They don't like to hear the facts, so
they certainly don't.
But let's get on with this comparison. Lee, this is one. Obviously, Lee Haney was competing. I suppose at the tail end of his career was the start of your career, I think. Did you compete against Lee Haney a couple of times or
No,
once?
Jesus, I'm not that old. No.
Well, he competed to what was it? 90.
I think he retired. He retired 91, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
91.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting my years confused. Yeah. Sorry.
You got to go Lee. Look, Chris is great, but come on, Lee Haney's Lee Haney. When you see Lee Haney standing there, the Chris,
Yeah, mid.
I mean, Dylan, what do you think that, like, because obviously, like, Lee, I'm assuming you saw Lee Haney compete in person, did you, or were you not just there yet, Lee?
No, I just had ordered the videos and shit back then, but
Lost my headphone.
no.
Dylan,
Lee Haney,
what do you
especially
think?
that last one he did in Florida when the stage turned around and Lee Haney was standing there.
Yep, that was 91.
Yeah.
I think.
Was 91 his best?
I remember that good old photo on the cover. He's standing there doing the lat spread into jeans over the manhole with the steam coming out of it.
Oh, that's hot.
Yeah.
Dylan, 87 was also real good.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And Chris, and I'm not going to pick Chris because he's got that stupid fucking mustache.
You don't
What
like
do you think of
the
his hair?
mustache?
No, my God, go join the village people.
That's funny.
Fucking terrible. Worst thing ever.
Yeah. So you have
And
Lee
yet all the
Haney-
young kids follow. To see guys in the gym with the fucking...
They have the mullets and the
then
mustaches.
the mustache and then all the young kids with that fucking broccoli hair. What's up with that fucking shit?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know. It changes on how they change their hair, because like C-bums is different now. Because I mean, I wonder if you're going to get a bunch of kids now coming back with hair transplants. It's a trend.
You know,
You
the
know,
Mexicans here all have the same haircut.
Really?
They'd all shave their hair if Chris shaved his head.
They would.
Yeah, there'd be way more. Yeah, for sure.
No, the Mexicans all have the same haircut, and you call them Edgars. They kind of have this weird, it's a weird bowl cut kind of thing.
Yeah. It's like the Chinese. They all have the same hairdo, and they don't even attempt to do it.
Right. I think it's just efficiency. It's just like in their DNA.
Yeah, well, the hair is all like very straight as well, like unless it's like done different. But anyway, Dylan, who do you have in this matchup? Like, if it was side by side on stage, who do you think would win?
Which stage, 88 or now?
Well, nowadays, like if you put Lee Haney on a
Chris.
bodybuilding stage next to Chris, you think Chris?
I think so.
What about back then?
The condition,
back then.
they'd probably give it to Chris.
I mean, Lee Haney had conditioning there.
Yeah. Look at that back shot there. Come
Yeah, you
I
know
don't-
what,
I
Lee?
just
How about
don't
you
think
show me
he's-
your back shot?
on. Where is the back shot?
I think it would handily beat your back shot, Dylan. But yeah, I think it's so hard because nowadays I'm like, based on the posing,
not
like
the only
way
thing.
Lee had the back of his legs, I'd say like Chris would probably win that because hasn't got Lee didn't have it like locked in on some poses, but
Right.
Ah, you're dreaming.
I think that Lee, if you put him nowadays with today's posing, I think he wins. Like that front double from Lee Haney is wild. Mark, what say you?
When Lee said you can't say top 10 greatest or whatever because of different eras, you can't compare Lee Haney from the late 80s, early 90s to the mid 90s. There was so much different stuff they were taking. If Lee was around now and he started from scratch and had this little goodies and treats these guys have, he would be the biggest guy like he was the biggest guy back then.
I agree.
Yeah, because you've got to remember, in that day, you've only got to be better than the competition. So, if he has that mentality, it's like they say about Arnold. If Arnold competed now, Arnold had that mentality. If Arnold was competing now and he had all the goodies and that, and Arnold's mentality, we'd see a totally different Arnold.
Exactly.
And I think it's impressive as well that we can even, when you think about it, like Chris Bumstead only, what some people think only just lost to Martin, who was fourth in the Olympia. Yeah, he wasn't as good, but the fact that we're comparing a guy from the late 80s, early 90s to a guy from the 2020s, mid 2020s. It's a 35 years.
I think Serge Nubret looked better than Chris Bumstead.
Serge was awesome.
Serge Nubret was incredible. Yeah,
I love black men.
Can't believe he didn't win the Olympia. Can't believe he didn't win.
What year would you have a specific year, Mark, or no?
That he should have won?
Yeah.
Well, he left after pumping iron. He left. They kind of robbed him at that event. They told him he wasn't able to compete because he looked too good. So he stopped training for like 2 weeks or something like that. And then they looked at him and he looked like not nearly as good. He lost like a bunch of weight. So they said, okay, you're allowed to compete now. He always
so
said
weird.
yeah, because Sergio Oliva should have been in that.
So what year was that?
75. And
75.
76, he was gone.
Yeah, that's annoying and unusual. It's actually funny. There's some years wasn't there a year where Arnold was
I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries. He was the only one or only one of two people
Yes,
competing.
I think that was 71 or 72.
Yeah, which is crazy because no one really thinks about that too much. But
Wasn't there a thing in the interviews towards the end of his life where didn't Serge Dubray accuse someone in his family of poisoning him or something?
I heard something about that. Should we look that up? Because that's an unusual one. But I think we'd all probably in this comparison have Ronnie Coleman over Sam.
Well, hold on now. Let's not be too hasty.
What year is this?
03, of course.
Yeah.
Look, Ronnie's going to beat anyone you put him beside. I don't care.
Look at that back and the traps. There are shots though that I think Samson takes it to him, like on the
It's arguable if you. I don't even know if you can give Samson the abs and thighs, and that was Ronnie's one of his two weakest poses. I'd still give it to Ronnie.
Yeah, definitely Ronnie.
Yeah,
maybe Samson if he keeps improving and gets that like hard, like Ronnie 98 and that sort of thing. Maybe then, but right now Ronnie. So we're probably if Samson can maybe add a bit more size and get that quality muscle type look to him, then maybe. But right now, Ronnie.
Mark? Ronnie, I'm guessing?
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at the condition of the lower half.
Not even close.
Ronnie was peeled, wasn't he? He was just so big.
This footage sucks. This footage sucks. If you look at some good close-up pictures of Ronnie compared to Samson, it's like the density and just...
Yeah. Lee, what do you think about 93 Dorian? Like that, this is a very good package when you look at it, like versus.
Yeah, very
Jay
good
Cutler.
package. Nice girth on that one.
Yes.
It'd be close, but I'd still go Dorian just for his graininess and thickness. And maybe you could argue Jay might have a pose here or there, but if we're going overall, I'd go Dorian. Because Dorian too, he's one of those guys when you see like in photos and videos, he's more impressive in person. Yeah, some people when you see in videos and they're like, okay, but yet in person you're like, fuck, they're much bigger and freakier in person.
Yeah.
Lee, when you saw Dorian first in 97, what did you think? Did you think he lost it, or like before, prejudging backstage, what did you think?
I thought it was going to be close. Like I thought NASA might have edged him a bit, so I wouldn't have been surprised if NASA had a won, only because Dorian had the tricep tear, the bicep tear, and that's probably the worst his midsection had been. So I thought NASA might have nudged him out, but whether, back then too, there was always people speculating they knew it was Dorian's last Olympia, so it was going to be like a going away present type thing. So
yeah. So who do you have, Mark and Dylan, in this one? So go first, Dylan.
I did this one a while back. I can't remember who I think I had Dorian. Like a very small margin, but I think I had Dorian.
Mark, have you done this?
I believe so. And yeah, the condition, it's going to be tough for him to stand next to him, and you're not going to be able to get good footage. You'd have to go back in time, put him in the DeLorean, drive him ahead, then put him on the stage, and I think we would see the legendary hardness that everybody talks about.
Yeah.
And again, if Dorian was around today with the different supplements and how the guys are bigger, because we know Dorian's work ethic was, one of the best, so he would have rose to the occasion today if he had to. And even though how freaky he looked there, I think today we would have seen an even bigger, freakier Dorian.
Well, we seen the 6 weeks out photos, the infamous 6 weeks out Dorian Yates. He was 280, something like that, and he was good enough condition.
I think that package would beat Samson.
This package?
No, 6 weeks out.
6 weeks out would,
because I know there's 2 sets of photos. I think either
that
one
would beat a lot of, probably even Ronnie Coleman.
Oh,
No, I don't
What?
agree.
oh,
Come on. I said probably.
With Dorian's photos, those 4-6 week out photo, whatever they were.
There was
Is
6
it-
and then
is there
3
all of them?
weeks. There was
there
3
all-
week ones and then there was 6 weeks ones.
Yeah,
In every shot as well, like
There's
the front
every-
double, back double.
Yeah.
most.
Yeah.
There's actually some footage of him posing in the gym a few weeks out from.
Oh, really?
I don't know if it's the same photo shoot, but obviously it's the same gym because he only trained in the same one. But there is footage from '93. Very rare. I think I've only seen it on YouTube once.
One, he's wearing socks, and then he's
Oh yeah,
not.
when I did the 91 to the 92 comparisons in black and white with the socks on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
I
was
remember, I
hard.
remember Chris Cormier made a comment. He goes, "The only difference, he looks different because of his socks." I'm like, and the extra added muscle.
It's funny how like you can see these like updates, and you can see different updates on different websites and all that sort of stuff, and you can go by posing trunk color. But I wish in classic physique, I know it sounds like a dumb thing, but like I wish they had different color trunks or something, so you could just tell like the different packages of Chris Bumstead and all
I
that.
wonder why they do that.
I don't know.
212 is all whatever color. If you want to wear pink, go ahead.
And they're closer to bodybuilding too. Lee, do you think we should have colored trunks? I know it's like trivial and you probably don't care, but
Well, in the classic,
yeah.
No.
yeah, might make the class more exciting.
Yeah, the trunks are going to do it, aren't they?
Yes.
Something's got to do it.
I love classic. I mean, Lee,
Yeah.
what do you
I'm
think
sure
they
you
should do with classic?
Exercise many nights over the classic. Oh,
What
those
do you-
open guys are just too big. I love the classic boys now.
Yes.
Something like that I would do.
Right.
But
Chris's glutes are just right. I couldn't imagine getting caught between Ronnie's. Oh, too much.
Too far. But I'm just making a new thumbnail to feature Lee Priest and Mark's Max Muscle on there. And Dylan, of course, as well.
Nah, you can leave me out.
Leave you off? Okay.
I don't want to be
crop you out.
associated.
I don't want to be associated with Lee Priest on another part.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to jail. It's fine. But yeah. Anyway, next comparison, I'll just open up that screen share again. And then Lee, what was your Christmas? Like, what was your Christmas lunch? Did you eat or were you too sick?
My wife made like homemade chicken burgers and nice roast potatoes and that sort of stuff.
So
I think she's poisoning me.
blood just comes out.
Then I had trifle, and then I had pavlova.
Do you Americans know what trifle is?
It's like a
You Americans. No, we don't. I
Oh,
don't know
you-
what that is.
Canadian and American, sorry.
North
Pull
American.
up a picture of a trifle.
It's
Do
like
a comparison. Do a comparison. Trifle and pavlova.
it's a treat, isn't it? Like a sugary treat, like a cake or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cake and cream and custard and fruit.
Yeah.
Mm.
Bit
I
of
do love
alcohol
cream.
if they want to put it in.
Like an
Oh, your-
eclair?
your
Is it like
game-
an eclair?
Your game showing your fucking search engine there. Puts in
That-
tea and fucking Twinks pop up. What?
So what do we got here? So
Those are
what
just
sort of
cakes.
trifle?
Looks good. That one over across. Oh, look at that.
That's what it is. It's like a strawberry shortcake, is all
Yeah,
it
that's what I was thinking.
But normally it's soaked. Like that doesn't look soaked to me. Like
That's a-
normally it's like
So am I. I don't call myself anything different when I'm wet.
is. It's just a fancy strawberry shortcake.
That is not.
No, there's
Nothing like that.
is it not?
It's
do you
exactly
normally put
like
alcohol in it. Like, do you put alcohol in yours, Lee?
What's that?
Do you have alcohol in your trifle?
That's
That's
yeah.
what people do.
Mum put some in. Pull up a pavlova. Pavlova's good because it's made from lots of egg whites and sugar, so it's got lots of protein in it. Then you
Spike
add
your
the
insulin.
cream and the fruit.
Yeah, I'll find a pav. Do you guys know what a pavlova is?
Isn't
I
she
will
a
when you
Russian?
show us.
Isn't she a Russian ballet dancer?
Pavlova. Oh, no, not trifle pavlova.
That's the same thing.
No, that's
It is.
I
Oh,
messed up.
Jesus Christ. You've been a sheltered child.
This is a pav. So do you know what meringue is?
Meringue, yeah, lemon meringue pie.
Yeah, it's like meringue, but you like chuck
But your
fruit.
lemon meringue pie
That looks
is
like
not-
shit.
No, it's amazing.
If
Oh,
I'd
Nick.
go to the doctors if my shit looked like that.
Looks
Excuse
like
me.
bird shit. And why is
Hey,
it white?
hey,
I'm
I've
looking
never
white.
pulled my cock out of an arsehole and had it look like that on it.
If that happened, I would be doing anal all the time if Pav came out. Actual
So it
Pav.
has- So it has
My
kiwis, bananas, and strawberries.
It doesn't have
cock
to.
out, it comes out looking more like Bubble and Squeak with corn on it.
That's
Too much.
so messed up. Yeah, way too much. But that's
Hey,
Pav.
you asked me to come on, so shut up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did.
This is
I
your
did.
fault.
Did.
I know this is all my fault. Ruining Christmases all around the world. Johnny Murray says, "Yo, Zave, when is the podcast coming out with Lee and James? I think it's coming out soon on IFBB AMA. So that was actually a really good podcast.
Yes, it was. It was.
I like that. I can't even remember what we talked
Yeah.
about.
I'm
We talked
going
about
on. I'm going on that podcast tomorrow. What's that one? The guy just had Weinberger on, and before that he had on
Oh yeah.
Oh,
the BKTV or something. BKTV.
is behind the scenes of bodybuilding or something, or
Behind the stage, beyond the stage.
beyond
Yeah.
the stage?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of his interviews yet. I don't even know like what he sounds like or anything.
Is he
So-
new? Is he kind of new? Because I've only
Yeah,
seen
I think
recently.
so. Because the last one, actually, the one before Steve Weinberger had Ed Connors on. That's a really good one. Watch that one.
Yeah,
Only
Ed Connors is
only
awesome.
because Ed says nice things about me. Apart from that, just that.
Lee, what do I have to do to get you on my podcast?
Yeah, Dylan, you
Just-
should
just
be getting
ask
all
me.
these guys.
Name your
Just
price.
ask me, Dylan.
Name your price, please. Let me do you
I
a
don't
favor.
have a price.
Let me
I
do
don't
you a
have
favor.
price.
All right, I'll send you. I'm gonna follow you right now.
Oh, you don't even follow me. Fuck you.
It's weird. I'll go to your Instagram and it says I'm not following you, but I am.
Yeah, that's
You're
that's
not.
on
Yes,
that's on
I am
desktop
because
now.
I get his posts. I get his posts and then I'll go over just to stalk him
Maybe-
a little bit. And then
Maybe people from your country aren't allowed to follow me.
No,
I
look,
don't know, but
it'll-
Dylan, you dealt with the same thing on one of your podcasts.
Yeah,
You'd go
yeah.
and I'd say, hey, you're not following Andrew Jack or whoever, and then
Andrew Jack is
I
mid.
What's Dylan's podcast called?
Project Bodybuilding.
Project Bodybuilding.
Do I have to wear a suit and tie when I come on?
I dress up, don't I?
Yeah,
I do.
I might especially for you put on the Superman suit.
I had a
I
little
love
bit
that. I'd probably cream again.
again.
For a second time.
Hey, what's
Hey.
that? Is that food?
If I
that
can bring
food?
people joy, that's all that matters.
It is food.
You're bringing me joy.
Oh yeah, that's what I just ate not long ago. I went to Betty's Burgers just over there. They were really great.
That's good publicity too. If you got free burgers out of that, make it a free
Well, I
post like
noticed
that.
when I publish stuff like that, there's a burger place near where I live, and then there's like the Singo's meat place. When I just put something up, I get a message. Thanks for the thing. Anytime you want, come in and get free food. That's why I do it. See?
Wow. Awesome.
Smart.
Wish I got free
Smart.
food.
Now, look, I find if I enjoy something and like it, I don't have to be paid. I'm quite happy to post about it, even if it's supplements or something else. I got no problem saying it's good. I don't need to be paid for it.
I need to show you guys something. It will take me 1 minute to get
To get it
So-
hard.
to get it hard.
Oh, I go on
The
Dylan's
holy-
podcast. He'll be hard in 15 seconds. Boing.
I don't
Dylan,
get hard anymore.
you're
20, at
bodybuilding
22
now.
years old. At 22 years of age, hit your prime.
All right, Dylan, I'm tasking you with interviewing Lee Priest for 1 minute.
About
Anything.
About-
Go for it.
Yeah,
Rapid
Yeah, go
fire.
for it.
1 minute.
his new documentary.
yeah, what's that about?
is-
You?
Oh, good
I've
question.
About
Call you back in 1 minute.
It's a very good watch, actually.
been seeing clips and my mouth waters every time I
Oh, then
open
don't
it
be
up.
a tight ass and pay the $5.99 and fucking watch it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the clips will suffice.
No, I think you need to watch it before I come on so you can have some questions for me.
You know what? That's a very good idea. I better do some background information on that one.
And then you
Absolutely.
better watch just read some of my stuff online so you can ask about the coffee table, the shoelace, and all the other stuff.
Right. I haven't heard when you reference the shoelace. Is that like autoerotic asphyxiation?
Big night of cocaine and porn on the TV and cock going soft, so you're tied to the coffee table to stroke it. You know.
Okay. Yeah, I get that. I've been there. Haven't we all?
Who doesn't do that? Come on.
It's only necessary. What is
What?
that?
Some sort of cake.
Pavlova.
That's pavlova.
It's dilapidated slightly.
Oh,
It's
damn.
layers of meringue. Well, it's the
Okay.
green screen's doing things to it. Layers of meringue. It's like cream,
Mm.
strawberries, and then you like normally dust it with a bit of icing sugar that Mum didn't come through. on
Did
that
you
one,
ice it
but-
yourself?
that looks like me pulling out of my wife jizzing on a period.
Yeah, it's rough. It's sat in the fridge overnight, not covered, and it's like it just slowly started to melt. But
So you
It's
put
just
the
all egg white.
powdered sugar on the top of it. Powdered
you
sugar.
can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do.
Powdered sugar. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Maybe a little
bit of Why?
powdered sugar.
Why are they sniffing the cake? No, but it's next level. But yeah, it's super simple. Like Lee, do you know what a chocolate ripple cake is?
A chocolate ripple cake.
Oh, come on, you guys. You're going to drive me
That's
crazy.
probably-
I want to
That's
eat
probably a
something like
cake.
that.
That's probably a cake with fucking chocolate in it, just to take a wild stab in the dark.
Yeah, well,
You'd be completely fucking wrong.
Well, it's biscuits. So you get these chocolate ripple biscuits, and all you have to do is have like some sort of cream mixture, which is like
Okay,
two
done.
or three things in it. You paint the biscuits, and then you make them like
I
in a
got-
row.
I got a hard question for you, Xavier. Do you know what a banana sandwich is?
Is this
I
something
love
dirty,
banana sandwiches.
or is this
It's like
actually
you
a
get two
thing?
bits of bread and you put banana and butter in the middle of it with a bit of sugar and you eat it.
Not peanut butter?
I've never had
No,
that.
just normal butter. Normal
Oh,
butter.
try
You butter
peanut butter.
the bread, you slice the banana, cover it in sugar, put the other bit of bread on top, cut it in half and eat it.
Hmm.
I make the
Sounds decent.
bananas with peanut butter, and I'll put some honey
who
on it.
are you? Fucking Elvis? Come on.
Oh, Trudeau. No,
Yeah.
he
Trudeau.
put
What
jam.
about that
He
picture?
put jam
What about
on
the
his.
Trudeau dressed as the Indian doing blackface. That's a beautiful picture. I love that one.
Trudeau.
I love that one.
I don't know who
Yeah, I
this guy
saw
that you're
something like
talking about is. I don't know who this guy is that you're talking about.
Just your prime minister.
I don't pay attention.
He's as dumb as our Prime Minister, so don't
I
worry.
matched with him on Grinder once.
He ain't my prime minister. He ain't my prime minister.
No. I
My
mean,
wife's my prime minister.
That's hot.
Yeah.
No, your
That's smart.
wife is just the boss.
Just the boss.
She's the boss.
Only.
Yeah.
Lee, are you into gooning?
Gooning.
Yeah.
Here, gooning's a goon bag. Here's like a bag you get of wine. It comes in a soft bag, and then once you drink the wine, you blow it up and use it for a pillow.
No. Goon is what the kids here call just like beating off all day. Were you a big gooner back in your day?
Not really, because I had someone to do it for me.
Did you ever like wake up
How do
when
you
the
think you don't get big forearms like this just from fucking doing
I
reverse?
see. Oh, okay. We can shift topics.
You don't get those muscles in your hand. Don't get those muscles in your hand, just for nothing.
That's right.
The only problem is you got to make sure it's even. So when you get the 99, you got to change hands really quick. You don't want to miss that fucking stroke, otherwise you lose it.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah. If you miss the vinegar stroke, then you're all fucked up.
What shit food is this? This looks
Yeah, I was
not-
gonna say this is not great.
What have you pulled up here? I can't even see what it is. Looks like.
Hey, there's a Toblerone. I think I see a Toblerone.
That's the only thing I recognize.
Yeah.
Carrots.
Do you know celebrations?
No.
These ones? Oh, this must be an Australian list. So
I'm like, what? This looks like fucking a prison menu.
it does
see
look weird
carrot.
on this format, but there is like a roast chicken, there is Brussels sprouts.
I see
Like
carrots.
Lee, there goes the Christmas decorations. But
Oh,
you
Brussels
guys-
sprouts.
do you know what these are?
I love Cadbury.
You do?
Yeah. Because
You know
American
Cadbury
chocolate
Factory-
is so different.
It is, right?
Yeah, a lot of people think it tastes like vomit because of the way they do the milk. It's like they pretty much spoil it or something when they make the chocolate.
How would you know what vomit? Oh yeah, I guess you would. Never mind.
When you're eating
Comes out your
purge, sometimes if the cock accidentally goes down too far,
Yeah. Hate that feeling.
oh, terrible.
Awful. Anyway, I wanted
Yes.
to. There's another list here that looks actually marginally better.
I can't
Look
even
that up.
tell what some of these things are.
That's
I
roast
can't
beef.
either.
That's
Where
gazpacho.
are you taking this podcast, Xavier? What the fuck you doing? What
Well,
is
it's a
the
Christmas
Net-
food
the
tier list.
The Food Network? What the fuck?
It's a Christmas food tier list, and it's like I feel like there's already the best like Christmas tree bodybuilders Christmas trees out there.
We
No.
could do
So-
Christmas movies.
Oh.
They all suck. And Die Hard's not a Christmas movie. Even Bruce Willis said.
I agree. Die Hard's not a Christmas movie.
What about
I
Rocky?
mean, this
What about Fat Man? That's a good Christmas movie.
Fat Man.
The Fat Man?
What's Fat Man?
Fat Man, where Mel Gibson plays Santa, and this
Mel
young rich kid gets a bag of coal, and he gets pissed off, so he hires a hitman to go to the North Pole to kill Santa, and then Santa's not doing so good because kids don't believe in him. So the U.S. military get all the elves and Santa to make weapons, and the hitman's coming to kill. You haven't seen Fat Man?
I've seen
Yeah.
Fat Man. It's Tim Allen. Hey.
No, it's Mel
That's
Gibson.
Mel Gibson, I just said.
No,
Who am I
it's-
talking to?
Is Mel Gibson from Australia, or is it just me?
Well, we claim
It's
him
just-
as we
Well,
claim him.
no, it's
When
just
he
us.
when he was like when
Mel
he was
Gibson has
he was
all the
12
right opinions.
when he was 12 years old or something, he moved to Australia. If
Yeah.
I'm not
So
mistaken,
we
right?
claim him. We claim him, yeah. Like Russell
Why
Crowe.
not? Why not? We got Jim Carrey.
True.
Carrey?
I would trade Jim Carrey for Mel Gibson in a heartbeat.
We got Mike Myers.
Jim
I'll
Carrey.
give you Jim Carrey and Mike Myers.
We got Mel Gibson and Russell Crowe.
We got Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
What's left of him?
Well, I
Yeah.
know that Back to the
Oh.
Future movie was good.
Yeah.
He can still shoot a hockey stick.
Yeah. You can still make a mean milkshake. Just put the cup in.
That's
oh
pretty good.
man. Yeah, that was anyway, we've got
Look up.
Does
Look up.
anyone
Fat
know this
Man.
movie?
Just look up Fat Man. Put Fat Man in. You're bringing up
Fat
fucking
Man.
loving Christmas. Look, bad.
This is not my
Santa
list.
classic.
Is that Steve Martin?
Yeah.
Oh, these are like gay Christmas movies. Put in Bad Santa.
Miracle on 34th Street.
Wait,
You
I'm
like
trying
that
to
one,
get out of
eh?
this now.
Good one. I did like that one. Yes.
Yeah, because you mentioned that last time. You
There is a
mentioned you like that.
Fat
movie.
Man. Is it Fat Santa? Fat Man?
Just Fat Man. Just
Fat
Fat
Man.
Man.
Hold up.
I hope
Really
it doesn't
laggy.
bring up my picture when I'm bulked up.
Lee Priest. Nah, we've got a bit of lag on that one. Sorry, I just have to wait a second. Felt my computer's,
Metal
getting stressed out.
Gibson.
Tasmania.
He was Braveheart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
Cut
the
his
movie
gut open.
Patriot? Patriot was a good Mel Gibson movie.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
I like
Fat Man.
Dances with Wolves.
Do you guys like Signs?
Vital Signs?
Street signs or road signs.
No, it's the Alien movie with Mel Gibson. Right?
That was a good
seen it.
one.
It was
Yeah.
good. It was
I
good.
liked Lethal Weapon 2 was my favorite Mel Gibson movie.
Look at that.
Part
Fat
2.
Man.
So what is this a Christmas movie?
That's about Santa, isn't
Yeah.
it?
How? What do you?
Wait, I
It's a
can't see any
Christmas
Santa stuff
movie.
there.
The whole thing's about Santa Claus.
Is this movie about Santa a Christmas movie?
Yes.
It has to be. There was a movie called Dancer or Prancer, one of them.
I
damn
think it's
reindeers.
Prancer.
Oh yeah,
Prancer.
you saw that one on Pornhub. I saw that too.
Prancer?
Comet and Cupid and yeah.
I don't visit that site.
Yeah, I won't tell you where she sat on Rudolph, but you know. Yeah, that's it there. Fat Man. If you haven't seen Fat Man, you got to watch it.
All right, I'll check that one out. It might even be in this list. I don't know.
My wife was
Can't
watching
see it.
Krampus yesterday.
Hmm.
What's
Crampers.
Krampus?
Krampus.
Krampus.
It's like the opposite of Santa. It's like evil Santa.
Yeah, type in
Oh.
Krampus.
Oh, they- I feel like if I open up another page, my computer might completely freeze.
Then
Just-
close a
for some
couple
re-
of pages.
Yeah, for real.
I do have a few open actually. So
You
I've
just
got- I've got
open
a-
everything up in a new tab. Why do you do that?
There's
I'm an animal. I was getting him lost. That's my problem. I'm closing a few tabs now.
what's that one called? The Gremlins?
Oh,
That's not even a
Gremlins.
Christmas movie either. That's
It's on Christmas. It's on
Is
Christmas.
that, is that Christmas time? But yeah.
Yeah, he gives them the emu or Kimu or whatever for Christmas. That's his
the
Christmas
Mogwai.
Don't feed
Mogwai.
them.
present.
Don't
Mogwai.
feed them and don't put water on them. And yeah.
Don't you give him chicken.
What if I fuck it?
I don't know.
You want to fuck it when it's soft and furry, or when it's actually turned into spike?
I don't know.
Which Dylan? Which? What about the old Alistair Sims Christmas Carol? Remember Alistair Sims?
Oh, he's one
No.
that Xavier watches every year. It's a Wonderful Life.
I fucking
Where's
hate that movie. I
it's
hate that
terrible.
movie with a passion.
Mary.
Oh, this old one.
Oh, Mary, please talk to me,
It's
Mary.
like the dude's ready to off himself because of a bank run, and then the angel's like, "Oh, look, your life would have been so much better." Not really. Not
Clarence?
really.
Okay.
You mean
Like
Clarence?
every Easter time they put that other movie on, The Robe, about Jesus.
I don't even know that one.
Oh, did you know, Xavier? I went into Woolworths today, and hot cross Easter buns are already out on sale.
Oh, getting in early, 26. Christmas is done. Take
I
down
said
the
to the
tree.
counter, I said, Jesus, he was just born yesterday, and a day later, you already crucified the cunt.
Yeah. Do you know what though? Hot cross buns. I'm not mad about when they come out. To be honest,
Is that
that's
Dumb and Dumber? Dumb
Dumb
and Dumber's not a Christmas movie.
Is it really?
Yeah, these are just movies that take place around Christmas.
What are we ranking though?
come
The
on.
Wonderful Life, because I don't know that movie. Is it
Trash.
trash?
It's a Wonderful Life. That's the
What's
one.
that other one? What's
Mary.
that other Christmas
Oh,
one
Mary.
that comes out? It's got Rudolph and Santa, but it's all like those animatronic type things. Comes out every year.
Oh, yeah.
And there's abominable
Rudolph.
snowman's in it.
I have
What
no
about
idea.
The Bumble. Yeah, the big
Grinch
Bumble they call it.
Oh, Christmas. We can listen to Faith Hill sing "Where
How-
Are You Christmas."
How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Mm.
And then there's the Frosty the Snowman, the old one.
Oh yeah,
Frosty the Snowman.
Mm. Dancing around with his hat on, then he melts. Oh, that's the sad part of the movie.
Oh.
I like when he plays with the kids.
Yeah. Puts that carrot in the secret hole.
No, he had a button nose, you see.
Yeah,
Not a carrot. They wouldn't give him a carrot.
too suggestive back in those days.
Yeah, everybody.
Did you know they removed a line from that? The NBC here in America was playing it, and something was racially insensitive or whatever the fuck, and they just blurred the line out. I don't even know what it is.
Probably said he had a black button nose. You can't say that.
I think it was maybe the pipe or something with Native Americans. Don't quote me on that, but I don't really give a fuck.
Something was.
Some people read too deep into shit, don't they?
I hope it was
don't really
racist.
And I hope it upset a lot of people.
I feel like Dylan and Lee are like kindred spirits from like a different age.
I hope everyone watches the podcast when I go on Dylan's show, because it'll probably be his last one before he gets taken on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going out with a bang.
I'll never get my job in the IFBB.
Oh, that's a shock. Oh, poor you.
I wonder what your odds would have been anyway.
Very low. I've said too much.
You look pretty good in that suit.
Yeah.
Having me on your podcast, you just lost that position.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That kills all momentum I once had.
Game over. But what are we ranking? Like, has everyone seen
every
a
movie
Charlie?
you got there, every movie I can see you got there all suck.
They all suck. Okay.
Come
Dylan?
on.
Bad Santa would be the only one that I might watch.
Yeah, Bad Santa. Home
Only one
Alone.
you might watch.
Fuck yeah.
What about Arnold?
The movie's not good.
I do
Jingle
watch it,
all
but it
the way.
sucks. The movie is terrible, but I do watch it.
What about
Watchability has to rank.
Arnold's making that new Santa movie with that
Yes,
guy from Reacher.
he's Santa Claus.
Oh, that's going to be exciting, isn't it? Oh. Someone steals his sack of toys and he has to get it back before Christmas. Whoa, fuck, hold me back to go see that one.
Elf is going. You got to put Elf in legendary tier. I love watching
Legendary?
that.
You like Elf?
I love watching that. It's
Yeah,
good.
they put it in great.
I like
But,
Elf is because I used to get on really good with James Caan and that. I used to have good chats with him, and sadly I got to see him just 2 weeks before he passed away when I was in Venice. So
Really?
I like that because James Caan's in there. He was a cool guy.
So legendary.
I didn't know he was in it.
Yeah, he's
Like,
Walter. Duh.
I think I might have seen it once a long time ago.
Yeah, I've seen it like 1.5 times, I think. So
Maybe
but
I
it was
should
good.
give it another chance. Maybe I should give it another chance.
It is
Yeah,
good.
Pete-
I saw a thing the other day about Elf. Sorry.
I said, give peace a chance, said John Lennon before he got shot in the head.
He
Should have
lived in
imagined a
Bonac.
world where he didn't get assassinated.
Oh, thank God he did. Get rid of that fucking.
I mean, Yoko would have been the better one, but
Yeah.
whatever.
They should have been standing side by side so the bullet passed through both of them. They need one of those JFK bullets that goes in one, turns around, comes back out, goes through.
Christmas savagery. But
How come Chevy Chase isn't on there?
Oh, yeah. And that's-
I heard him
he
say
is.
the N-word the other day.
yeah, Christmas Vacation, where we rank.
I'm not going to say it here out of respect for Xavier.
National Lampoon. Oh, there's Ernest.
Oh, God, Ernest.
That's a good one.
You didn't like Ernest?
Was that
I
Ernest?
can't
Saved?
oh,
Ernest
like I've
Saves
seen it.
Christmas. He goes,
what is this ad?
hey.
I really like that one.
I went to the
Okay.
theater to watch that.
Oh,
That was just a kid. About
Uh-huh.
that tall.
no wonder you turned out the way he did then.
Yeah.
That's like watching
Can
Pee Wee Herman sit on the bus.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. They were around the same time, too. Pee Wee and
Hey.
Richard Simmons. Throw them all in the same room.
What's his name? George Michael in the public toilets.
He died. Wow.
Isn't it like only? Wasn't it this day on Boxing Day? He died the day after Christmas so many years ago. wasn't it?
Maybe. I think
Really?
so. Now that you mentioned that.
Yeah. Let's play Last Christmas in his memory and all wank off in the public toilet.
I call the handicap stall.
Oh, yeah, I just think the
More
handicap.
space. More space.
More room. Much more room.
Man.
You got to put Scrooged in legendary tier.
Oh,
Scrooge. No.
Scrooged with Bill Murray.
there's a couple of Scrooge movies. Was it the first one, black and white, or
The one
was
with
it
Bill Murray.
Was Bill Murray? Yeah.
I love that one.
This one, Bill Murray, Scrooged. I can't
Yep.
even remember actually, to be honest. So legendary,
Yes.
Lee.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, shut up.
Home Alone is legendary.
Oh, that sucks. That
Yeah.
fucking-
He should have been Home Alone with Michael Jackson instead. That would have been a more
Oh.
interesting movie.
Yeah. If they had taken a video, if they had some P. Diddy movies of Michael and him on Never Never Ranch, I'd watch that, him taking it up the arse on the Ferris wheel with his fucking Bobo, whatever the fucking monkey's name was, fucking jacking them off together.
You're
Okay.
saying Home Alone and Home Alone 2 both are in legendary? It's
Well,
because
I
Trump
think
is in
Home
the
Alone's-
second one?
Exactly. No, but Home
None of
Alone 1 was better
They
than
all-
2, but 2 was great.
Oh, and he's like that. Fuck
I
off.
can't see.
Doing that stupid mouth with his hands on his face.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, that was good.
That's yeah, thanks. That was on the thumbnail of this video. Do you know?
I can't see shit. It's so small on my phone.
Wait, I'll make it big.
What,
Just talk
yeah.
dirty to me, Lee, and it'll make it big. Just-
Oh,
Put Home Alone on. The little kids usually do it for me.
oh, no.
that's as good
Don't
as
even-
fucking. That's as good as Beethoven.
These Home Alones, not so much.
There,
No,
he-
those
look
are
at, look at the
awful.
hands on. Look at the hands on the mouth there, like that. That's
Yeah,
where,
that
like,
one's-
that's him. That's him. That's like him, like that. And Harvey Weinstein's just dropped.
See, I knew you and Dylan would get on. I just knew it.
Yeah, well, get off too.
Oh, we're gonna get off. Hope you're going to the Arnold Classic, Dylan.
Dylan, are you?
If Lee promises to get me off, I will go to the Arnold Classic.
I'll get you off quicker than don't know what.
I'd like to see. I'm like a 3-hour drive from the Arnold.
Well,
I'll get you off quicker
You
than
go,
a Jew. I'll get you off quicker than a Jew on the train to Auschwitz.
and that's the end of the podcast because Dylan would have loved that joke. I know.
I gotta bite my tongue so much around the subject.
Oh
Oh,
my
Planes,
God.
Trains, Automobiles. That's the best movie.
That's a good one.
Automobiles.
It's
Oh,
the one
that-
with John
Planes,
John
Trains.
Candy.
Oh
And
yeah,
Steve
yeah.
Martin.
What
Steve
about the bit? What about the bit when the car's all burnt out and they get pulled over?
Yeah.
Like, you know how fast you're going? He's like, it's like all burnt. He goes, you're doing this much, and he's like, well, you would know. You have all the fancy equipment.
Yeah, that was an
I just
awesome
don't know
movie.
these movies. Wait, here we go. This is great. This is from Iron Brothers. Dylan started out so respectful with Xavier. Now now Lee's dragged him down to the gutter. Project Bodybuilding is doomed.
Hey, when you went to automobiles, and my joke before that, I automatically thought about how do you fit like 100 Jews
What?
in? How do you fit 100 Jews in a Mini?
How?
2 in the front, 2 in the back, and 96 in the ashtray.
That's a good one.
That's terrible. Too soon? Too soon, is it?
What is it? How many years now? It's been a while. I mean,
Why did Hitler get the bad press? Stalin. There's so many other people worse than Hitler. I don't get the whole.
Yeah,
it is
far
actually
worse, honestly.
It is actually funny. That is actually a funny point. But let's stick to Christmas movies because that's.
I mean, let's see who writes. Let's see who's in the media.
Yeah. Don't worry about the Jews. They don't even celebrate Christmas. They killed Jesus.
That's the truth.
Okay.
Hung him out.
A dark turn.
They hung him out
Christmas
to dry.
movies. See, I knew they'd like each other, but you two are getting cancelled as soon as you do a podcast.
Oh, your pod. If you don't edit this podcast, oh, it's live.
It's
isn't it?
live.
It's live, so that's the rough thing. So
Oh well,
have to-
goodbye. At least we got IFBB AMA left. Exactly.
yeah. Well, we pay, I guess. So. But who else?
I can just
We are
say I'm
live.
drunk. I'll blame it. I'll say I drank too much, like Mel Gibson.
Exactly. That'll work. Where does it?
Do you know
Anyone like?
do you know how copper wire was invented? Actually, here's a trivia question.
No.
Is it actual trivia? Or
No,
is it racist,
yeah.
anti-Semitic trivia?
No.
Okay, tell me.
2 Jews fighting over a penny.
Okay, yeah, of course, I knew it.
You know how
Yeah.
the Grand Canyon was formed?
How?
Drop the penny down a rabbit hole.
That's
Merry Christmas.
All right, so I don't know
Remember,
where.
you said Lee, come join the show. Don't
I
blame.
know. It's my own fault. But has Die Hard's not a Christmas movie, so what are we
No,
doing?
even he said that.
Yeah. So just put it in the never watched section.
You know, Die Hard, that reminds me of, remember that movie, The Case of the Smiling Stiffs, where the vampire would go around and drain their blood through the penis and they'd find the bodies dead with a hard on. Did you ever see that porno? That's what it was called, Case of the Smiling Stiffs.
That movie. You started off with that film, didn't you?
And the guy had to kill her. He had like a penis that was silver and he had to
Ooh.
fuck her and kill her with the silver penis.
Jeez.
the only way to do
actually,
it.
I remember actually watching like a horror movie years ago, and there's a girl playing in that movie, and she was playing as underage, but she's obviously of age, you'd hope.
Gross.
And she's playing underage, but then she ended up having sex with this guy that was way older. And I'm like, how is this?
When they do that, why don't they just get a child actor to play the role?
Yeah, it would have been a lot hotter.
Yeah,
The Amy Fisher story.
Amy Fisher. Haven't heard that name for a while. What was it? Joey Buttafuoco, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Alyssa Milano that got to play the part, and she was over
Yes.
18.
Whatever happened to Melissa Milano?
she
She
was
got
the
all
thing back in the
weird
day.
and political.
Oh no,
I
can't do
believe-
that.
Don't be driving cars; it pollutes the environment.
That was like those two. Who were the,
yeah, she went
who were the
hard
two
left.
twins on Full House? They grew up into anorexia.
The
little-
Olsen twins.
Yeah.
Mary Kate
Yeah.
and Ashley Olsen.
They used to confuse me, like Mary, Kate, and
Well, the
Ashley. I
twins.
used to think, I'm like, which? Because I thought it was 3 names. I was saying Mary, Kate, and Ashley. I'm like, what the fuck?
There
But
was
they
only
grew up-
one on the show,
Grew
though.
up into looking like bulimic twins, didn't they?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Used to
they
hang
were
around
very
with that
thin.
Paris Hilton, I think, didn't they?
What could go wrong there? A Night in Paris. Great movie.
She went to prison.
That's hot.
Hey Lee, do you think
Yeah,
the Diddy files will actually come out?
No.
What's that?
Do you think the Diddy files will come out? People will be named.
They might bring out an edited version, but I really would like to see the videotapes of what went on with some of these people.
I would too.
You know what?
Well-
I'd pay just to see Justin Bieber getting ass raped.
Do you think Justin
Canadian.
Bieber's just totally acclaiming him? But
Canadian.
I want to see what a good actor Bieber is to acting like he didn't enjoy it.
I'm wondering, like, what age is all this stuff
Because that
happening
fucker
with
couldn't
Biebs?
sing. He got to the top somehow. It wasn't from fucking singing, that's for sure. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Wasn't he a YouTuber?
No, but who wants to listen to like some preteen boy sing? It's like there's no way that's organic.
But there's enough. Oh.
he had a
You've
lot of
seen it
practice.
before.
Had a lot of practice with the
The
microphone.
Hansons. You don't remember the Hansons?
Oh, I remember
Hanson,
the hand
yeah.
with the long hair. Yes, long hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
put that
remember it.
on my list.
I liked Hanson when I was like Well, I don't know,
You liked
how old
them?
was
You
I? About
did.
7? Yeah.
Well,
I
you
was
know
like
what,
7.
people? I got some bad news. My battery is on low, so I'm going to have to go and leave you, and you can get back to a normal podcast.
Follow me back on Instagram, Lee. I'm begging.
Okay, did you follow me? Send me a message.
I'll send you a message that you won't forget.
It's going to be well. If you take a dick pic, make sure it's from a good angle, okay?
Yeah.
And if you're not
Yep.
circumcised, just poke the tip out.
I wonder.
No, the Jews got to me.
I wonder.
Yes. Wonder what they
Oh,
did
I
with
got
that
you.
bit of skin left over, the Jews.
They eat it.
It's
Do
like
they?
a little raisin. No,
Did
it's
you
like
ever
a
Sort
hear
of
little,
about
like,
that story?
sort of like calamari.
No, there
it
was
shrinks
literally
all
a
up. It's
story.
almost like it's like a little tiny piece out.
There was a
shrivels all
story.
up.
Some guy on Craigslist. We're not going to say what type of person on Craigslist frying them and selling them. That's the truth.
Wow. Yeah.
I
I'm
wonder
not
if you
surprised.
could cut it off. Once you cut it off for the rest of your life, you could use it as your own cock ring.
That's what that is right there.
Yeah, because mine never grew, so I probably could.
Mm.
Um.
I'm going to go away and ponder that right now.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
messaged you.
Dylan, here's a visual for you. When I leave this show right now, I'm going over to public toilets to take a pee.
Send me a video.
Picture me standing in a public toilet, just holding it tight, milking it like a fucking cat.
No.
Stop.
Well, if you want, if you
can't
come to the Arnold Classic, I'll get on all fours. You can pull up a seat and a bucket and just start
Sick.
milking. And I'll go, moo, Dylan, moo.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
It's a date.
We'll put it on
Yeah, it's a
OnlyFans.
date.
Make millions.
Yeah, we'll have our own booth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good. I like it. You're an
Anyway.
ideas man. I like this.
I did too.
I'm gonna check the monetization status.
Oh, you're
it's
fun.
gone. It's
That's
gone.
great. Your
It's
channel was great.
only 16 people watching.
Yeah, I don't know why it dropped down.
I'm surprised.
Maybe it stopped recommending as soon as Lee said that because we was up at 30 something. But you know,
You got to be careful
Oh,
on
well.
YouTube.
People just
I
got
w-
no sense of humor these days. That's all.
yeah.
It was probably me eating. It brings
That's
the
what it was.
ratings
We'll
down.
blame you. Couldn't have been me. That's for sure.
no, not at all.
Oh,
But I was gonna ask you something else, Lee, but it's completely left my mind. I think you've thrown me completely. You and Dylan.
Oh, you'd like me to throw you? Get
Yeah.
some of the P Diddy oil, and we'll throw you. We'll throw you.
Oh yeah, I was gonna. That's what I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask. Do you think there'll be people named, and who do you think will be the next? Who do you want to be the next? Who do you want to be named? Like you said, Bieber, but who else?
Oh, everyone on there. I just hope they all, especially all those pretentious assholes who like fucking Beyonce, the bitch and all those. Oh, look at me, I'm Queen Bee. Get fucked. You're no queen.
I agree.
Do you not
Okay.
learn from when black women are talking?
Oh, like Oprah.
Whoopi.
Everyone's a queen. If you're a queen, then go back to your country and rule your kingdom. You fucking idiot.
Whoopi got a shout out there. Whoopi
Oh,
Goldberg.
Whoopi, yeah. Oh God, imagine being a lesbian or ever fucking that thing. Jesus Christ.
Where would you even start?
Oh, you wouldn't know
I
where
want
to
if
start.
What do you got there,
I
Xavier?
shot LeBron
Is that your
James
underwear?
jerseys. I feel like
Oh,
LeBron. No. I feel like LeBron is going to be implicated because did you see all this with Colby Covington calling out LeBron? Then the next day he's out for personal reasons and he's out for like 3-4 days. Then
And a
then
lot of
comes
people,
out-
a lot of people are leaving the country too. I think the ones leaving the country are the ones going to countries where they can't have extradition.
Yeah, exactly. And so I've got all these jerseys. So I even named my dog LeBron after him.
Oh,
That's so gay. That is so
I'm
gay.
I'm so pumped to burn these jerseys.
but
If it
is
comes
your
out.
dog black though?
Well, I reckon if you shaved it, well, he had black gums. He's a golden retriever though, so it doesn't.
Okay,
really
but did he steal?
Yeah.
Oh, he bit me.
Does he have a job? Does he work?
Does he have baby mamas?
Yeah.
Nah, no, he was.
Does he
was,
chase cars to carjack him?
Okay, let's.
Does he enjoy watermelon? Does he like fried chicken? I don't know.
I'm even trying to go there with you guys and say the Diddy files, but it's still not enough. But
Okay, I'm going to go now. I'll watch the rest of the show if it's allowed to be aired later.
Lee, no, hold on 1 second. If you're there,
Oh.
hold on 1 second. I'm pulling up one thing for you.
Well, whatever I say from this point on, it's on you, okay? I said I was going to go.
Okay, well, I'll kick you off as soon as it gets too hectic. I literally will.
My battery's going to die, so quick, ask quickly.
Okay. Look,
Oh, that's
you
hot.
can't tell me. You can't tell me. That's real as well.
And that is
What
real,
is
yeah.
it? What is it? I can't say. Blow
It's
it up.
LeBron in a maid's outfit.
I'll make it big. I'll make it big. This is at Diddy's party, wasn't it? Was it not?
No, well,
I don't know if that's confirmed, but that's a real picture. Which
with
is
a bit of oil and a few powdered lines, that might be a fun night. You could bang him in the ass while he's vacuuming the floor.
Okay,
One
it's
night
efficient.
Lee's trying to get kicked off now, but I want to find the story here.
Okay, well, I'll watch the rest of the show later.
Yeah, enjoy.
I've really got to go to the toilet.
I did that.
all right. Send me that on my in my DMs. I DM'd you.
Okay.
You DM'd me? Oh no.
No.
I'll actually take a photo of the beautiful, clean toilet. Okay.
Excellent.
Oh yeah. They're nice up
We'll
there.
call it.
I
We'll
hear
call
you.
it. We'll call it. Spot the sperm on the floor.
That's a good
And the
that's a
needle.
good show.
Bye, guys.
All right.
Bye.
See you, Lee. Thanks
Bye,
for
Lee.
joining us. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Okay, so for the last episode of anything on desktop bodybuilding ever,
Man, we kind of covered it all there.
it was good. Yeah, Mark, I want to thank you for coming on. Dylan,
Okay.
I want to thank you for coming on as well. I wanted to just do some sort of stream for people. I don't know how many people we had come through here. It wasn't huge, but hey, it's Christmas.
It was
so-
certainly worth it.
exactly.
Yeah,
And
Dylan got to meet a
Lee
legend.
Priest.
yeah, see, I delivered.
You
Lee
did.
delivered. Lee delivered, but
You
know.
did. You will be paid handsomely.
Yeah, yeah.
And he
Nothing.
doesn't seem like you talk to other like famous people. Lee's like the most famous person that I've talked to out of anybody. And he seems
Yeah.
like the more easygoing guy that you can actually talk to. So it's kind of
I know.
weird.
He says all the stuff that we say in private out loud, to a public setting, and that's literally what his documentary is about too, which is
Yeah.
what I love. The fact that he just does not care whatsoever, and I have like more appreciation for Lee now because he's just been so outspoken throughout his career, and that's what everyone says in his documentary. They're like, if he just took a little bit off that, he would have probably had an easier time. But at the same time,
Yeah, but we
that's what
wouldn't
makes
like him
Lee
as
Lee.
much. We wouldn't like him as
Exactly.
much. We
It's,
don't
it's
like
not. It's not worth to compromise. If his moral stance is to say what he always thinks, and to be honest, is some placings worth that moral compromise? I don't think
Exactly.
so.
Look at Sean Ray. How many people, I don't want to say hate the guy, but they don't like Sean Ray. A
I
lot
kind of
people.
like Sean Ray.
I don't mind Sean. I mean, they're all friggin'
I think he has some pretty
But
good takes.
I like Lee Priest a lot more than Sean Ray.
I want to tell him I like Sean Ray more than him.
You want to tell him? You just want to say it. Hey, I like Sean more than you. What say you?
What say you?
And Dylan, I think it was a good matchup too because I feel like you actually ribbed Lee Priest a bit, which I was impressed with. Like, I don't think many people would do that.
I knew he would have.
Yeah, I thought he might. I'm always concerned as well, just because I'm introducing him and he's just taking a piss out of Lee, like bodybuilding legend. But Lee's the person you can do it to, and he'll just come back
Lee
and be
likes it.
stronger, and then you can laugh. Yeah, he
Lee
does.
likes it.
Yeah, he
I think
does.
Like Dylan, I think he liked him.
Oh, he liked me. You should see the things he's sending in my DMs right now.
He liked my
Just down
fisto, I
the
know.
Yeah, Mephisto. He
Yeah.
definitely liked Mephisto.
Well, he
Which
watched He-Man growing up. So did I.
I didn't, but I feel
Well, you guys are too young.
just Dylan.
Well, they cartoons they
generations.
played them, and then you never seen reruns. Reruns didn't come about till like late 90s.
Do they rerun Looney Tunes these days still, like from back in the day? Because
I don't
love
know. I
Looney
don't have
Tunes.
TV. I don't watch
Okay.
TV.
You really want
I only have like your Netflix and Roku and things like that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit down. Oh my God, my show's on at 5. I'm gonna sit down and
But
watch.
there's a mystique that comes with that. There used
I
to be.
miss it. I
Mystique,
thought Mark, you'd
mystique.
be more into that.
What?
I thought Mark would be more into the Mystique.
When the
No,
Olympia's
yeah,
on or
sit
something
down.
like that.
That's
When the
different,
Olympia's
though.
on, something like that.
No, because it
Yeah,
used to be like an
makes it special.
event. Even like a new episode of a show would be an event. And it's something you could look forward
I
to
will-
every week.
I like binging, watching a whole series in like one day.
I think that's so gross. I think you're a vile human if you do that.
Really?
Hey, I lived the other way. I was forced to live the other way for so long. Now I'm gonna
Right.
live the other way.
You had to run to the VCR to hit record if you wanted your special recorded.
Are you kidding me? You know how much tapes were back then?
Oh,
You didn't just
You didn't
record.
record?
Well, maybe
Okay.
a little bit later, but tapes were expensive, and once you had it, I had some dirty film and stuff like that. But other than
Oh,
that,
please.
what? That was
I
like
would have
gold back in the
too.
day. That was like gold, solid gold back in the day.
Did you trade it around your friend group in high school?
No, that's just disgusting. Once
It's
you
like,
had it, you kept it. That's gold. You do not let that go.
I've got a story actually. My
Oh
friends,
no.
no.
Not the
Well,
one from school whipped it out on the desk.
No, not that one. But it's actually the same friend, believe it or not.
Oh, no.
But he was it was I think I told this. This might have been actually no. This was on an IFB AMA podcast with Antoine, Frank McGrath on there, maybe Morgan McDonald. I don't know, that sort of group of guys, but I don't know which one it was actually because I've done a couple. But we were talking a little bit about how I didn't know what alcohol was back then, like in terms of like strong alcohol versus like beer. I thought it was all the same. So we mixed together all this straight alcohol into a whole big glass and we drank that. But the precursor to that story is I came over to my friend's house and I knocked on the door. And he's like, wait a minute. I didn't say it was me. He's like, hold on. Wait a minute. And he was at his sister's house and his sister's housemate had like a box of porn in his wardrobe. And there's a penis pump in there as well, which is quite funny. But we were way younger than them, and he used to stay there during the school week. So we used to like get down the porn and all that and go through it, and there's all that VHS stuff. Anyway, he was watching one of those when I came over, and he's like, "Hold on a minute, hold on," because he's obviously doing the business. And then he comes in, he's like, "Man, I wish you just told it was me. I was running around." He's like, "I put it up in the wardrobe," because he thought like someone came home and was like, "Shit," or whatever. And yeah, so anyway, he had this full box of porn, and it was like, back then, you didn't do porn on the internet. Like, it wasn't like quite at that stage yet where streaming was like good. It was like, you had the dial up back then when I was in high school.
You could get it on satellite dish and stuff like that. That was
So
like
we didn't even have that. Oh, no, we had adult channel.
That's what I mean. Yeah. But even before then, it was even rarer and rarer.
Yeah. But like, I was at the age where we had something called Foxtel or Ozstar or something like that, which is like pay TV here. And, we get, I don't know what it was, like maybe 50 channels or 100 channels, nothing like, the US where you get tons and tons. But there was an adult channel, but it would obviously go into the bill of the house. What did you just do, Dylan?
Nothing.
It's way past his bedtime.
It is on our own.
Oh, you're yawning. Okay, I'll wrap this thing up.
No, I'll stay on.
Okay.
I gotta go.
But yeah, I gotta get going soon anyway. We've been
Yeah.
Well, fuck you guys.
Dylan, we can. You always what?
Almost done my chicken. I've been.
Oh, you eating? I haven't even noticed. You're eating that so discreetly. Wow.
Because I hate watching people eat on podcasts.
You
I
just
just chop it up into little pieces. Grab a piece.
Wow, that's
Gone.
impressive. Like, yeah, you must have timed that so well, because I feel like when I try to eat on podcasts, it's a little bit too obvious. So yeah, you've done well, Mark. But anyway, guys, we'll wrap it up there. I'll stay on with you, Dylan. We can talk some horrible stuff after the podcast. But anyway, thank you guys so much. Hope everyone had a Merry Christmas. If you're watching later or now, please as well. Yes, Mark hit it. That's actually
nice peak.
They're popping. Yeah, they're popping. I like it. Practice what he preaches. I like it. Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up. I'll do that once I've been training for another month or two, maybe. But we'll wrap it up. Thank you guys for coming on. Check out Project Bodybuilding. Check out Mark's Max Muscle for some amazing comparisons. Dylan, stop yawning. You could have just waited, man. You could have just waited 5 seconds. But we're going to wrap it up. Mark, it looks like you were doing some coke when you just did that as well.
What is this podcast?
I did that the other day. I had my shirt up like that, and it was like the Christmas shirt. It was on Dylan's podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And I went like that, and I did the same thing. I was watching. I'm like, did I just do some coke?
Did you like the music I added at the end for you, Mark?
What music was it?
Oh, it's at the very end.
Oh, I didn't get through it yet. I like to watch them.
I like to
really?
watch them.
Check.
I cannot watch myself back. I don't like it. I don't prefer it.
You put music on one of your videos, and then I mimicked the music on one of my videos.
Yes.
Did
yes,
you
it's
like
my
that?
intro. It's my intro, yeah.
I forgot to ask you if you like that.
Yeah.
No, my making fun of it.
Oh, like
did the
your
whole-
rendition?
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty accurate.
it took me a while to do. You know,
Yeah, I could recognize that it was you on the second playback. I was like, did he like mix
that's
this himself?
all. Yeah, and then I'm like, or whatever I did.
And then the
But
choir in
Please
the
sing this.
background.
Oh wait, was that the rap you did?
No.
It was one of my little beatboxes. But then I did
saw-
the rubber
The
band.
rap you did was
I like the
amazing.
rubber
was like,
band.
Do you know what the rubber band is? Have you ever heard the actual rubber band?
The
"What's a
actual.
rubber band.
It's
I
on
don't think
Looney
no.
Tunes. It's on Looney Tunes. That's what I was doing.
Oh, I only know that from you.
Never
I've
heard the
that,
rubber
yeah.
band?
I've
It's
heard
the
that.
rubber band, and there's farting in between. That's the rubber
Merry-
freaking band.
Merry Christmas, everyone. We'll wrap it up on that. I love it. Thank you so much for joining us, Mark from Mark's Max Muscle, Dylan from Project Bodybuilding. Go follow them. Also, donate to Miracle for Maddie as well. You can check out the fundraiser there. And if you are another channel or anything like that that can raise some money, you can set up your own fundraiser and all that sort of stuff. I was having issues with it before, but you can donate through the link. So anyway, that's it for this one. For myself, Xavier Wills, Project Bodybuilding, Dylan, and Mark from Mark's Max Muscle. We are